I see 180 on it, then I'm doing the dash. You keep looking at me, if you want the dick, then ask. I keep the fishy bitches away, I don't eat bass. Oh man, that
pull up, man. Episode 55.
All I really wanna do is smoke with the homies. Yeah.
You see what time it is?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Monday night.
Oh man,
I want to say, it's starting to feel like the first day of the new year when it comes to media.
I smoke with the homies. Nigga, what? Ain't no player hating. We keep it
And
silent over here. Ain't nothing
we're gonna break that down too.
Baby, fuck cloud. Now I'm on the 10th floor. She passed out cause she ain't used to smoking all this. And though I'm a serious crime on the beat, bitch, I'm talking get more. Said he wanted 2 units by 2 p.m. That's a big 10-4.
Got a nice little Migos flow tonight. Get something to drink. Turn this up, turn the song up.
Sun still shining, pussy sweeter than a candy cane. See with me, it's an endless waltz. Next gen type, make the impossible do a somersault. Like fuck Black Panther sucker, I'm Killmonger. Yeah. Feed a cranky bitch my dick to satisfy her hunger. You heavy flash like heavy lightning with no thunder. Can't ride my city like that with no thumper. Only lot to know that sun feel good on me. All I really wanna do is smoke with the homies. Yeah. Yeah. That sun feel good on me. Oh man, that Florida sun.
Easy red line, Florida sun. It's in the community section. Tap in the community section.
We keep it solid over here, ain't nothing shaking, baby. Champagne and platinum lemon cherry taste so good. Let me up while I roll up like a real freak should. Mama Mia almost got me, but I rolled up nice.
You know what I'm saying? Tap in with the like button. Make sure you liking, sharing, subscribing.
Escapes, ate a few caps, now I'm seeing other worldly shapes. Captain Saber, whole nigga, you forgot your cape. That's a flagrant foul 2 on you, run back the tape. Smoking F1 while watching F1. Looks like Ferrari, this is gonna be the best one. Still pulling highway maneuvers, call me Louis Hamilton. Still smoking splits, bumping Buju and Capleton. Keeping bad juju away, I'm having fun. My 9 is gonna ride with me, I got a gun. On a lighter note, that sun feel good on me. All I really wanna do is smoke with the homies. Yeah. Yeah. That Florida sun sure feel good on me. Shit. That Florida sun sure feel good on me. All I really wanna do is smoke with the homies, but I gotta get dough, then I fuck with the homies. Nigga, what? Ain't no player hating. We keep it solid over here, ain't nothing shaking, baby. Yeah. Another play, another day, another day. I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to do it. Another.
Jeez, man. Listen, we here, man. It's episode 55. Perspectives and Facts podcast, man. How's everybody doing, man? How are you guys feeling? Fill up the live chat. We got some topics today. Man. I'm trying to tell you guys, it's a lot going on. I was saying earlier, it feels like the first day of media, the first day like of the new year. And I say that because usually, and kind of when I came back into the game, it was towards the end of the year. So things kind of slowed down. But what was cool with that was if you can make news out of slow days and slow weeks, and when things pick back up, it'll probably be a lot easier seeing that you maybe have started out in this time where mostly it might be a challenge to others to stay around the winter time. It was a good time for me to start because people sat down, I stood up. So to say that and to wake up today and have like the Grammy news, the Kyrie Erving news, the LeBron interview about the Kyrie Erving news, Get Rich or Die Trying's 20th anniversary, the Grammys, the hip hop awards, the hip hop celebration, you know what I'm saying? The certain awards handed out. We really do have some topics today that we're going to get into. I don't want to give up too much, but literally like between those, we got a chick saying that she's Aaliyah and R. Kelly's child. We got that situation going on. That is goofy, but we are definitely going to have to address that because, niggas is definitely running around here trolling 2023. We have the Offset and Quavo Migos, Jay Prince, $1 million worth of game, whole fiasco situation, interview, Jay Prince, talking in defense of his sons, trying to explain situations away, basically pointing fingers, talking about paperwork, trying to get Gilly and Wallow to read certain things on the paperwork that was kind of, contradictory to whatever code that niggas is living by in 2023. I don't know. I can't keep up. But that whole situation, I think has took a proper stage, and I think that's in the forefront of the news. So I want to get directly into that. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Make sure likes reflect the viewers. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe. This is Perspectives and Facts Podcast, episode 55. Jay Prince violates Offset on $1 million worth of game. Let's start, let's roll the clip.
I'm just real like this, because, niggas be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand. And I don't like them kind of individuals, and the truth of the matter is, one can dance and different things in front of these different cameras and all that kind of shit. And when reality, the truth of the matter is, nigga, you wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. You know what I mean? So for you to be taking these positions that you taking, you know what I mean? And I got people everywhere, so I hear all kinds of things. I'm going to just say this to you. Don't never put me in no position where, I have to defend myself. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be healthy for you. And, I have to say that. But it's $1 million worth of game. You know what I mean? It's $1 million worth of game, and I'm going to give it to him right on $1 million worth of game, because I ain't going to throw rocks and hide my hand. I'm going to just let it be known, to him, because I hear what's being said. And it's all love after that.
Yeah, so him coming out there and saying that, to me personally, is kind of weird. Like, what do you mean you've been hearing things, and if you got to defend yourself, like, aren't we still talking about, an open case? Like, why are you? I mean, I would take that as a threat, and I say that's a violation, because in one breath you're talking about, you got love for the Migos and the family, and you talk to P and Coach, you know what I'm saying, and y'all, you was with Quavo hours after the situation and everybody's straight, regardless of anything, unless maybe, and this is what I thought too, maybe QC and all the niggas really is like, hey, fuck Offset. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the reason why he said it, because maybe he probably got the green light to say what he said, because my first reaction to it was like, damn, he violated him, and that was messed up. Like, why would he say that? But it's like, yo, the only way he would be comfortable with saying that on camera, on air, and like violate that nigga like that, like make me defend myself, is gonna be unhealthy for you. Like that right there is a threat to me.
That's a threat everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? And
especially
for you to threaten
coming out a nigga like his mouth,
right? And for you to threat the same people that you
responsible for,
yeah.
Well, you
that kind of
responsible for
that kind of takes away from this whole interview process of you acting like you're sympathetic and empathetic of the process that took place. Real quick before we move on, I want to shout out Michael Bunlin. He said, "Salute fan for staying on your grind. I like new format, aesthetic, platform. Thank you so much. Appreciate it." You know what I'm saying? That means a lot. So thank you. Continue though.
Yeah, man. It really seems like Jay Prince Jr., they don't give a fuck about the Migos. They don't feel like they're responsible for nothing that happened that night. I don't see how they feel that way, but that's how they're feeling. For him to send a message like this to Offset, this totally caught me off guard, bro.
Yeah.
I'm about to say Jay Prince a sucker, bro. I don't want to be disrespectful because this is on your platform, but
but my thing is this. Like, why would this interview need to be conducted, right? Like, why would we need to do this?
And why Jay
in an
Prince
open
Jr.
case.
is not speaking for himself? You wasn't
Exactly.
even there.
And
Just
you know
let
what?
Jay Prince Jr. talk.
But you know what I said on Starport and called? I'm like, look, this is a prime example of a parent's love and a father's love for their child, that they'll do anything to protect their child.
That's mama's
and get them
love.
out of anything. Not because you don't see a mom there, so you got to give credit to where credit's due. When you see an active present father, we don't even know who these niggas' moms is. We don't know if they got same mom, different mom. We do know that he's a dad and he's an active dad, and he has a hands-on relationship with his sons. But the conflict of the situation is that if you were in the bed sleep when this went down allegedly, why do you have so much to say on a situation you weren't present for, and the only story you riding with is apparently coming from your two sons who are obviously there, which is cool. But as a grown man, I don't think your father coming to speak for you in this situation makes you look as upstanding as you try to portray, right? Let me talk in the Jay Prince language. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think
it don't make you look gangster.
Yeah. This doesn't make you look gangster like this. And if this tries to come across as some like Don Corleone, mafioso type of time, then it's falling flat because none of us are receiving it that way. We're really receiving it like you just called pops to tell everybody to leave you alone. But you didn't do much of any talking. Like, you really were just co-signing anything your dad kind of said. You're like going off of his information, which in most cases, like, why would you as a father put yourself out there like that? Because that's how much you love your kid. You would go take, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like Queso and his daddy, but in reverse. You know what I'm saying? It's just to a certain point, that's Offset's response.
Yeah, we got Offset. To me, I'm thinking like, why shouldn't Offset be mad? Like, as an OG, he should be more understanding. You know what I mean? Of a young nigga pain and be like, I understand why you feeling that way, young nigga. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be, whatever he said.
Nah, but
he don't sleep at night or something.
Nah, he said some shit like,
that'll be bad for you.
Yeah. I'll defend myself, and
defend yourself against what?
And against him.
Did Offset call them Atlanta goons on him? Them Atlanta goons might be.
Let's tap in. Let's find out.
Might be coming with the mop sticks.
Let's find out. Here we go. This is Offset's response to Jay Prince in his statements.
Niggas speaking on my real brother. I don't know what y'all niggas got. What the fuck y'all niggas got going on? Y'all niggas speaking on my real brother. How dare one of y'all niggas even speak on me and Tate relationship, nigga? I don't know you niggas from a can of paint, nigga. Y'all niggas don't know how me and my brother rock, nigga. You trying to clear your face, nigga. This your 5th interview, nigga. You done did about my brother, nigga. You ain't think about his mama. You ain't think about the family, nigga. We ain't said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing but you niggas. You niggas, man, who y'all niggas think y'all nigga is? John got it, nigga. Ain't nobody going for none of that, bro. I ain't studying none of that shit y'all niggas talking about either. And if you heard something from me, I'ma tell you it's gonna come from me. Call my phone. Y'all niggas going off of he say, she say. Then y'all niggas supposed to be this is who y'all supposed to be. And y'all nigga on interviews and it out on an interview. Talking about, I said that, nigga, call my phone, homie. You call my phone, we'll have a conversation. Then what I'm talking about, all that internet games. Hey, first off, y'all niggas speaking on my real brother. I don't know what y'all niggas got. What the fuck y'all niggas got going on? Y'all niggas speaking on my real brother. How dare one of y'all niggas even speak on me and Tate relationship, nigga? I don't know you niggas from a can of paint, nigga. Y'all niggas don't know how me and my brother rock, nigga. You trying to clear your face, nigga. This your 5th interview, nigga. You done did about my brother, nigga. You ain't think about his mama. You ain't think about the family, nigga. We ain't said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing but you niggas. You niggas, man, who y'all niggas think y'all nigga is? John got it, nigga. Ain't nobody going for none of that, bro. I ain't studying none of that shit y'all niggas talking about either. And if you heard something from me, I'ma tell you it's gonna come from me. Call my phone. Y'all niggas going off of he say, she say. Then y'all niggas supposed to be this is who y'all supposed to be. And y'all nigga on interviews and it out on an interview. Talking about, I said that, nigga, call my phone, homie. You call my phone, we'll have a conversation. Then what I'm talking about, all that internet games.
Yeah, man. Like, honestly, you can kind of hear it in like how like he's like,
he sound a little choked up.
like he dry heaving, dog. Like that shit getting that nigga like taking that nigga there, bro. And that shit pissed me off.
Imagine, bro, your brother, bro. You done been all over the world with this nigga, and somebody getting on anybody in your family that's not in your family getting online and speaking on your family that passed away, bro. That nigga sound like he was ready to do something, bro. That nigga sound like he was in the back seat of a drive-by. That's what it sound like.
Listen, man, that alone is just like you just opening up like new wounds, bro. Like nobody trying to hear that shit, man. Like why you keep trying to come out and defend yourself? And like I said, even on the interview, $1 million with the game, he out here snitching. Like really, you really out here snitching, bro.
Speak on that though.
You really out here snitching on camera in 4K, doing full length interviews, and then your son sitting next to you, so they condoning you snitching. So now everybody got to sit there. And Gilly and Wallow, you know, they playing it cool. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they could have been more, you know, gave a little more pushback. But I understand that. The reason why I understand that, because I think in a lot of times when I see interviews in front of the scenes or behind the scenes, it's about what are you trying to extract in it. And then on top of that, when somebody is coming to tell a story, right, or coming to tell a perspective or a narrative, depending on how they're viewed, he's viewed as being guilty, right? So if it's somebody being viewed as innocent, you would be more pressed to get more information, right? You would press them. But if it's somebody looked to be, like I said, if they're innocent, you press them, right? Because it's like, okay, everybody just goes to their innocence. I'm going to see if I can find some holes in the story, right? If you're presumed guilty, then I'm going to sit back and let you talk. Because either you're going to explain yourself or you're going to implicate yourself even further. And it's no point for me to take you down any lanes if you're doing all the talking. Like, I don't need to do anything but let you expose whatever we don't know. And if we're sitting down here for at least 35, 45 minutes to an hour, you're going to say something contrary, or you're going to say something that, you know, is just going to make you look crazy. And to me, it was just a few moments, just even in the first half of the interview, a few key moments where I'm just like, yo, like, what are we doing, man? We condoning this, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna bring up.
I like what you said about the he snitching thing, because that goes back to we not having a concrete definition of what snitching is. That's why we got to get back to. I remember I said before that snitching is anytime you talk to the police.
Right.
I'm saying now snitching anytime you talking about an open case or any case that's in the statute of limitations at any time or any point to anybody. Because if you talking, you could be talking to a snitch, and that could really go
because that still can be used as evidence in a court of law.
That's why we got to get basically running your mouth is snitching now. We got to really get running your mouth. Pretty much.
Salute to Shakira in the live chat. She got the wrench. She let niggas know she packing them up. You know what time it is.
Shakira right?
That is Shakira.
Shakira said Gilly and Wallow hoes for allowing that. Considering they stopped the violent rhetoric, they was in mute the whole time.
And I like the fact Shakira said something, because Shakira's also sat with me behind the scenes on interviews, and you know, watch interviews from afar, right? And me and her always, you know, we've critiqued certain, you know, interview styles and how people do it. When me and her conducted the one with Umar Johnson, right, on Halloween, right? Certain people would want us to be more pressing on him, right? But we kind of let him talk and do his thing and get in his bag, because, like I said, people, oh, Umar, where to school? Oh, Umar, what was you doing this? Umar, where you doing that? Right? There's no need for us to press him, because he has to do more talking than we have to do more pressing. You see what I'm trying to say? And it came out to be a good interview because he was able to talk. And by the time a school question came up, he was way less apprehensive and able to answer it and show some receipts to where it was a favorable conversation. But when it first came off, I remember even when we had a conversation about the Umar interview, and I was like, we could go viral with it if we just try to, but if we want to just have a cool converse, you know what I'm saying? Like, good conversation and just respect his knowledge, and you know, it can go a different place. And what we did was really, really good. And I think Umar appreciated, because right after that, and we're not like taking credit, but right after that, Umar Johnson like really you know, start doing a lot more interviews and like got in his bag and shit. So when you just do interviews with $1 million worth of game. And the reason why I brought up the interview me and Shakir did with Umar Johnson, because we had to understand same thing Gilly and Wallow probably had to understand was that this. Everybody wants us to come and press these niggas, but we're not going to get any answers. We're not going to get the full context, the way they're thinking about this situation, if I don't allow them to talk. And allow them to talk is more valuable than me speculating, because we've been speculating the whole time. Now's the time to finally get whatever answers we can make them comfortable enough with giving. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when Oprah, if you watch an Oprah interview, right? And it's not me trying to shoot Gilly and Wallow bail before we play the video, but we've seen Oprah interview a lot of people and they say wild things, and Oprah could like really be like, what the fuck? Or Diane Sawyer could really be like, what the fuck, right? But instead of them doing that, they're like, okay, oh, explain. Oh, go deeper. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they co-sign the continuance of whatever you say. It's like, I know you just said some shit, but I'm not going to alert you that you just said some shit. I'm going to just act like I don't see it, but I clearly know we just caught the bait and we're reeling it in. I just act like I don't see it, but you just dropped your money. You just dropped your wallet on the ground. I just put my foot over it and now I'm sliding it over. You know what I'm saying? And this interview, Gilly and Wallow did more by not talking than actually talking. And they'll rather take a criticism of, damn, them niggas ain't pressing. But all that interview, all that material you got out of that interview, everything they said that that we're going to be contradicting pretty soon when we start rolling the clips. And I got the stock gaps. But once we start playing this interview, you're going to kind of see that y'all really doing too much talking right now. You know what I'm saying? So
real quick, what did you what Wack 100 said about the interview? Did you see Wack? I think Chicks post what Wack said.
Oh, I didn't see Wack.
Do you want to check that out?
Yeah, let's check that out. Salute to Chick Smooth once again. Chick Smooth, I told you like TMZ in the hood. So, you know what I'm saying? Instead of going to TMZ, we be like, nah, hey, Chicks said it. All right, and that's valid. We got to go check it out. So Chick Smooth, you know what I'm saying? You know, follow Chick Smooth. Salute his channel. He always has the shit. So when we play this video, you know what I'm saying, this part, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button to Chick Smooth and his platform on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure we give credit where credit's due. And this is a source of, you know, a lot of our news and how we get down. And, you know, this, you know, new videos every single day. That's how Chick Smooth, that's how he drops. So support the channel. And here's a video.
Stop talking about it. You know what that means about talking.
Yeah.
It was so rehearsed and scripted. It was ridiculous.
It don't even sound right.
That starts happening when they stop talking. That's what they're nervous about. They don't want people to stop talking. They want to take themselves.
Watch this here, Beast. You think I feel the big penitentiary crime? You're dead all your life. You could die for less. Don't play like you just insensitive and emotional behind this shit.
What was it Jay Prince said? What was to that question?
That wasn't Jay, that was Mike Prince.
Nah, that was Jay. The Jay Prince was the second one. Why? Listen to what Gilly say, and why is Jay Prince gonna just come with a little 3-word response? Why?
Jay Prince. We know that was Jay Prince.
The first one was Mike Prince, and the one I'm about to play the one with Jay Prince real.
From you know, OG, you know, we was a little reluctant to do the interview because, you know, somebody lost their life, you know, it was a sensitive situation. So, you know, we talked, and then when you alerted me that you had sat down with, you know, P from QC, and, you know, everybody saw things eye to eye, and, you know, that really had, you know, was like, okay, well, cool. As long as you see eye to eye with, you know, the people that's most close to them, and y'all got everything figured out, then okay, then you can come speak your truth.
That's what you call unnatural. You know what I mean? They supposed to bury us, not us burying them.
Absolutely.
He said that's what you call unnatural. They supposed to bury us, not us bury them.
That's bullshit.
You talking about kids and parents burying the kids.
Right.
Yeah, let's talk about.
It was stupid.
Let's talk about the snake games you ran. If you wasn't on no bitch ass shit wouldn't happen. That's your excuse?
Nah,
that dude gonna get hurt, boy. A nigga gonna come off the bench and just gonna go ahead and take it to the pen. Somebody gonna flush him. He playing game with his mouth. You do better not saying nothing than the stupid shit y'all saying. One nigga crying because he don't want to be the witness and have to tell. Because you know they didn't contact Mr. Mike Prince already. He was standing next to the nigga when he got hit. So who did it? He trying to cry not to be a state witness. And this next stupid nigga, he just saying shit. Yes, sir.
He know what it was.
You said, listen.
I said, keep playing, nigga. I'm going to reach up into Atlanta. He knew what I was talking about because that's where the girl at.
Look, the minute you did it, I called a nigga in Texas that be in the circle of that shit, right? He ain't deep in with him, but you. And I say, let me ask you something. What's the feel on this nigga Jay Prince out here? Nigga say, man, that boy Jagged bad out here. He like, man, that nigga play a lot of game. I said, nigga say he a rapist. He said, oh yeah, he'll take some pussy. He'll beat a bitch up and take some pussy. I said, whoa.
I don't know how you don't pass it off as troll shit, but I think the best judge for that video would be Hardware.
You know them wet little.
Yeah, the 100
man.
That's
yeah, this
crazy,
clubhouse.
Hardware got caught.
Hold on, Todd. Hold on. You just said that your man told you that he'll beat a bitch up and take some pussy.
Everybody know that.
That's the word on
the thing.
I didn't know.
Like, but hold on. This is the thing that's like fucking my head up, my nigga. Like,
Wack made me do that shit. I called the
but
nigga.
how the fuck everybody know that and ain't nobody doing nothing about that shit? Wack.
Everybody didn't talk to them niggas down there.
That shit crazy. That shit weird. Niggas is harboring a fucking rapist.
Right.
Wow.
Got the bag.
Wow. Mob ties, huh?
Well, hold on. You just saw the same shit on this app last week. Nigga harvesting a motherfucking burglar rapist of a fucking minor, and they making excuses.
Y'all niggas ain't lying them down.
And I was trying to keep it running. Nigga,
niggas be scary.
Episode.
They scared. Listen, bro.
It's whack. Fuck whack.
Niggas don't like me because I say the shit everybody thinking, but
Whack hang around snitches and people who work with the police too. So I really like what is. I mean, Carlton White really had dialogue. Actually, to be honest, so you can watch the ahead and roll the $1 million worth of game interview and get these and get some of these bullet points off. There's 40 people in the chat, man. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, subscribe. This is Perspectives and Facts Podcast. We go live twice a week, Monday nights, Thursday nights, sometimes Fridays. Like we went live last Friday. It was a lit show, you know. Yeah, for sure.
Excuse me.
And one of the main points I want to start with this situation is the 18-minute and 30-second mark. No, the 8-minute 30-second mark. My bad. The 8-minute 30-second mark. And this is one of the points where they talk about where I think Gilly asked a good question, so we can go ahead and
walking by. We understand that Quavo, Takeoff, they was down here with y'all, but they seen you walking by. He's laying on the ground. You got Mike bending down, and they seen you walking by. What took place there?
This the crazy thing about the video, right? Is one scenario is that they see Mike on the ground trying to help Takeoff, but in the video, Mike was right behind me. People didn't peep that. People think that I'm the one who had a voice. I mean, I'm the one who was speaking in the video when I wasn't. If you go back and look at the video, Mike is walking right behind me. They took 3 seconds of a situation where I was caught on video and turned it into what they wanted it to be. But in all actuality, we had been there for a while. Mike was following me so we can go to the restroom so he can wash the blood off his hands. And so he can enlighten me to what transpired, because I wasn't even out there when this transpired. I was inside paying a bill. So I had no knowledge of what had transpired outside. As I'm walking I had just got done paying the bill. As I'm walking to the door, I hear gunshots. And then I also hear bullets coming through the glass. So I got out the way because I was almost at the door. So I end up getting out the way. And sadly, what had taking place, they taking place. But in that 3-second clip, it was me and Mike walking to the restroom so he can wash the blood off his hands and so he can enlighten me to what transpired outside.
There was rumors that after all this occurred, you was the one that took Quavo and them to the hospital. Y'all still was together after the fact.
I stayed with Quavo. We stayed out there probably like 2 or 3 hours together before we all parted ways and made sure each other was cool. Like me and him stayed out there. Like one other person pulled up, but it was me and him that stayed out there for hours after this transpired. So
yeah, so it's just interesting how, you know, one can take a 3-second lie, you know what I mean, and contaminate, you know, a bunch of damn fools that'll believe anything that they see. And when in actuality, as you can see, these two was with Quavo, you know what I mean, from beginning to end. They dropped him off. They never left his side, you know, because here's the thing. Takeoff is not the only one got hit that night. You know what I mean? A friend of ours daughter got hit in the head. You know, so somebody could have been mad about that and wanted to come back and do some things. So they was there with the homie. And whenever he decide to speak, he gonna validate everything we saying. Quavo, you know what I mean? Because he know he was never abandoned. He know he was never disrespected. He know every time he have came to Houston, it been nothing but love and respect. That's why he came so many times.
When you hear Houston, you hear mob ties. And some people would say that it's some type of protocol for people to check in when they come to the city. And this coming from a person like me and Gil, we ain't never check in when we came to the city. So is there supposed to be a certain protocol for people to check in?
I want to ride this pony.
Yeah. So obviously that's one of the first parts I wanted to address, where your son's trying to absolve himself of where he was in the situation, what he was doing, and trying to, you know, talk about the situation. But like, why are you talking about it? Like, why are you trying to get public opinion accountable? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to tell us this about an open case? You know what I'm saying? And even if you were sitting there, you know, oh, I was paying for the stuff, this and that, like, you didn't answer the question. The question, what he said, and niggas don't want to take accountability home. I'm watching the other stream. What, you had a question? Somebody said something in the live chat?
No, this nigga Alvo in the wild. He seemed like he just reading the script that his dad gave him. His dad came out and said that wash the blood off the hand thing. He came out and basically repeat the same thing. Matter of fact, the nigga said it twice. Like we didn't hear him the first time he said what he did. Man, listen, bro, those niggas depend on niggas thinking that they're something that they're not. That's how they make their money. So if people ain't coming down thinking that they finna get protected by mob ties, they not making no money. That's why they want to explain this shit away.
Hey, drop the number in the live chat, just in case somebody was calling. And yeah, we just gotta make sure they on camera behind the scenes before we put them on the scenes this time. You know, I ain't trying to close down the stream, but yeah, one of the main points that I want to address with that situation is he asked you a direct question like, why were you walking over the body? You're like walking past the body, you know what I'm saying? Why were you walking past Takeoff when he was laying on the ground? Mm-hmm. And you were saying like, don't ask me nothing about that shit. You know what I'm saying? You walk by, like that's you on video. Like you and your crew walked right past this nigga on the floor, and you didn't answer that. You talked about what you was doing before the shots went off.
Well, I guess he said he wasn't there, so I guess he said he didn't know what was going on when he walked past.
Yeah,
I guess that was what he was trying to say.
Yeah, yo, Pops, what's popping, man? What's going on, man? We in the building.
What it is.
Coolin', man.
What's happening with you?
Chilling, dog. Chilling, man. You know, it's like I said, episode 55. We got this $1 million with the game topic going on right now. It's getting hot, and you know what you got going on. What's popping, man?
No, for sure. No, I'm chilling. You know, I've been writing in the comments and shit, cause, bro, I wish niggas would stop thinking that Jay Prince name holds some weight anywhere outside of Houston. He don't go nowhere. Like young boy Ben told niggas like this nigga be really for the internet. Young boy said this shit months ago, and niggas was on young boy head. I know you remember that shit.
Here we got that clip. Yeah. I already had that clip ready for this episode because I was gonna play that. We already on the same type of time because that's one of the main things when this popped off. Every time some Jay Prince stuff pops off, I always go to that young boy clip, and I'm like, this is always a reminder. Anytime niggas think Jay Prince is on some gangster shit, bro, remember what NBA young boy did and how he stood up to these niggas, bro, because that's exactly what he did. Then they go into this nigga house and shit and take his car keys.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like young boy, bro. Nigga, everybody outside of Jay Prince know he can't leave Houston. That's why he stay where he at, where he finds something safe to do.
Because niggas,
I don't want friends. I don't want no new relationships. All that pussy shit. Hey, I don't respect none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty of niggas around me you could call. Man, nigga, it's plenty ways you could get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no fucking publicity. None of that pussy and shit. And I'm good on the keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Mind your fucking business, man.
Hey, bro, that what I'm saying. You feel me? And young boy Ben said, I remember when everybody was on YB head about this shit. Like, bro, you don't know Jay Prince type of shit. The nigga went and robbed the nigga to prove his point. Like, bro, I robbed this nigga that y'all claiming is the hardest nigga in the world. Like,
and the problem I got with that shit too, dog, is just because it's like, okay, this nigga Jay Prince is running around here. All right, you already got the Quavo situation. I mean, not Quavo, the takeoff situation with Offset. And you already got one body that got taken away in Houston. Okay, the last thing you need to be doing is interviews with $1 million worth of game. And then when when Wallow asked you a direct question about, okay, why is there a video of you 4K walking right by the body and you didn't say anything? All you was like, you said, don't ask me shit. You and your homeboys just walk right by you. That's exactly the question he asked you. And you start giving me a 5-minute diatribe about how you were paying for the bowling situation and the shots ran out and you were trying to hide and cover and shit. That's not answering the question. And then when we play the rest of the interview, you're going to see the pivot to the other, topics and subtopics in the situation, but there's a whole bunch of bullshit and they're going to have the paperwork, which he's going to try a little bit later in the interview to give to Gilly. Gilly's not going to want to read it.
No, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like every time Jay Prince name come up, bro, I'm like, bro, the nigga feel like he's somebody because Drake made him somebody. That's really how I feel. Like, if Drake don't give this nigga all this clout, are we really talking about Jay Prince?
Jay Prince or Jay Prince Jr.?
No, we talking about, I think, which one? You talking about the dad or the son?
I'm talking about the son. I'm talking about the son. The dad got some street ties. The dad got some street ties. You feel me?
But Jay Prince Jr. ain't the one that worked with Drake. Jazz is the one that worked with Drake.
Okay, Jazz.
But for the most part, just like how he got it confused, it's too confusing for niggas not to share the clout. Like that Drake was his. That Drake cosign, what Pops is saying is that Drake cosign was like his kids' generations of like we on type shit. Like if my brother found Drake, we found Drake. The fuck you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? We on, nigga.
That's why I wanted you to hear the WAC 100 clip, because that what WAC said. That was another clout chased by Jay Prince Sr. because he say they ain't had nothing to do with the Jazz, and that was Jazz and Lil Wayne thing. But when the shit went sour with Birdman, that's when
Daddy come in and try to rectify.
Clout chase.
Get my son. You got to pay my son that money, Birdman. And it's like, man,
y'all remember that?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, bro? And I said this shit in the chat, bro. The nigga Jay Prince and his son talk slow to make you feel like they gangster. So they talk slow to make you feel like, bro. I don't know if you notice or not. I don't give a fuck how slow you talk. Like that shit don't scare me because you talking extra slow. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And it's like you trying to find more elaborate words to say what you need to just already say. That's all they be doing, dog. They be talking slow and using elaborate words to disarm you while they're threatening you. So it's like a trick bag. You know what I'm saying? The next mark, go to the 18-minute and 10-second mark, or just go to the 18-minute mark because like that'll probably lead up to that 10-second. Oh, this is a good part because this whole interview just has key points to where Gilly and Wallow, all they did was throw questions in there and regardless if they answered or not, them giving a non-answer was an answer. That was what I feel like Gilly and Wallow's interview style was. Like, we're gonna ask them a question, whatever answer they give is going to be the answer that we're going to take, because that's going to be more than me just pressing them. Because if they feel like I'm pressing them, they might try to give me their best answer instead of what they naturally are going to say, if they're comfortable enough with just slipping up and saying some shit. So,
Thanks.
Yep.
Then the night is everybody still here and live. I mean, Takeoff didn't deserve that, you know. So that's the worst thing that I could think of, because if he don't make that move, then the night is everybody still here and live to see another day, and you know what I mean. It's bubbly and lovey-dovey,
right?
You know,
and I understand that, you know, the Takeoff situation is the most important thing. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, you know, other than that, from the Prince standpoint, it might be like that it ever even was possible that it could happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, real clearly. And you know, as I said, man, the root, you know, everybody, even the police department, want to get around the root of what really happened. Now, there's a law that goes on around the world where if me and you go rob a bank and, you know, the police or somebody is shooting, trying to protect that bank, right? And hit some innocent person, who you think get that charge? The person that shot that innocent person, or the root of the situation that was robbing that bank?
The root.
Okay. That's what we're dealing with right here. You know what I mean? This dude is the root of this shit. You know what I mean? And
that sounds like
I done
snitching.
read in this police report, you know, he's, you know, killing.
Yo, that's snitching. That's live snitching right there.
He snitched on Cub, but it's the thing. If you the man around your city, niggas don't even do shit like this. That's how you know you're not respected. You feel what I'm saying? If you the man in the situation, if I'm Jay Prince, I'm supposed to be this hard nigga. You think a nigga really finna pull a gun out at something that I'm hosting? If you the kingpin, like Jay, this Duval, you running Duval, nigga, we out shooting dice. Nigga, if anybody pull a gun out, they should already know what the consequences would be. You would be more scared to do it than the other way around. Like, shit, I probably shouldn't, because this nigga Prince did it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, El Chapo can go wherever he want, bro. Do you think the Mexican niggas be ready to rise up and pull up on, bro? Hell no. They be like, bro, that's Chapo, bro. You put your shit down, bro, when he come through. Prince don't got no respect like that. And he just snitched on Buddy. Like, plain as day.
And two things. What Active Beats is saying, that Junior is the older brother that didn't do anything right and jealous of his younger brother Jazz, so he marks rappers to get Jazz rap relationships, which would just be, you know, like that's cool. That's a very plausible situation to have. And then Shakira has a main point where she just said a random police report that not even academics or any major blogger or platform has. He doesn't have it. Where is this a police report that only you were able to obtain, and you keep trying to give to Gilly to read to like verify that this is a legitimate police report statement that only you had access to,
right?
Being one of the prime suspects or being around one of the major questions in the shooting. How did you get the paperwork? Unless maybe because it's like, oh, they're talking about you, but still, I don't ever really have any recollection of the accused or people around the accused able to obtain paperwork before any other news organizations.
That would be correct. And why is it not public information? If it's a police report, it should be public knowledge.
Yeah, man. So we got another minute mark in that interview. That was the 8-minute mark. Okay, the 9-minute mark. No, we continue it because Jay Prince is snitching throughout this whole thing, right? We passed 19 minutes.
I watched it earlier, bro. I'm like, bro, this is the nigga that everybody be talking about. Got all this clout, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. Continue with it, because even to the 20-minute and 30-second mark, he's still snitching and then telling you where he was. So it's like you're snitching and you weren't even. And then it's like he snitches and then at the end tells niggas, and guess what? Everybody, I wasn't even there. So it's like, nigga, what? Like, what part of the game is this?
Right, but check me out though.
Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me at that point, bro.
Did you peep the son though? The son was even low key snitching too. I was inside paying a bill.
That's what I'm saying. And then the other one in the middle, he start crying at a point. Man, come
Yeah.
on.
This is soft testifying.
Soft, nigga. This hard. This hardcore, nigga. This should be, nigga. This is
And the thing is, though,
testifying.
why
Hey, I
he
wanna
doing
say
so many
one-
interviews? It's
I
like
don't
his
know.
fifth one, bro. It's like his fifth one about the situation. Ain't nobody else did it, but you keep doing all these interviews. So whose name is you really trying to clear? You, come on, bro.
Hey, I wanted to say real quick, what y'all think? I think Jay Prince Senior look goofy as hell with all this jewelry on. Like, my nigga, you
Bro,
like
you 60, bro.
60, dog. Leave that to the young niggas. Sitting
Bro, you
up here
60.
iced out. Like, you don't see Jay-Z
Yeah, man.
iced out, Kanye iced out.
Nah, listen. This is maybe I think it's more of a Southern thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas in the South, you know what I'm saying, really like to, floss where they gold teeth.
Well, I
wear
guess
their
Baby
chains.
will still get flossed out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of Southern rappers who still, wear their shit. So I can't really sit here and say that,
Oh, no, that's
he's
facts.
wrong for flexing. And
But look how many companies this nigga weapon. 1501, Mob Ties, Rap a Lot.
Yeah. You know that. That's what a nigga got to do, right?
I didn't got his hand in everybody's
My
pocket.
man got his hand in all the clout. Anybody that got any clout out of Houston, his name is just magically.
You gotta give me a chain for the love for it. Y'all niggas gotta drop racks on the Jay Prince chain if you want protection, nigga. If you want the ultimate premium protection package, you gotta give me a chain.
Well, clearly that shit don't work.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What all that jewelry that Duke the Jeweler was missing? I see.
Now there's a Duke the Jeweler. That's a clip that I have that we're gonna also play. So
I see a lot of jewelry right now.
You know what I'm saying? We got 55 people in here. Go ahead, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? The cash out right there, $ Florida Boy J. You know what I'm saying? Try and get me a ham sandwich. You know what I'm saying? With the spicy mustard. You know what I'm saying? Hit that cash out.
Don't
you know what I'm saying? Give what's on your heart, not what's in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and run this clip.
On everything he can tell on Jazz, and you know what I mean. He moving on to say he was trying to be robbed, and man, don't nobody who want to rob. You know them little dudes. The last thing they would have done was violated and tried to rob Quavo. Me and Quavo done walked in the hood of Fifth Ward. Me, him, and Jazz by ourselves in the whole hood. And by the time we hit a few corners, we had 100 plus walking with us. You know what I mean? So he know firsthand. That's like a lie to justify that dumb shit that he done. And that's just the root of the shit, man. If I could change it, I would change it. If I was God, I would have reached and grabbed and stopped the bullet from hitting the loved one, because I love him that much.
What?
You know what I mean?
But
But
what?
I was in the bed sleep.
See, that's when niggas is capping and doing too much.
Going
old
into
nigga,
fantasy.
old nigga doing too much. Now this
religion into it.
Forever overnight. The super OG where I'll stop bullets and redirect them to the nigga who shot him.
What it is? The Bruce Leroy.
Yeah, Bruce Leroy. This nigga think he the equalizer. This nigga think he the equalizer. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? This nigga think he the equalizer. Get this nigga up out of here, man. Let's play this nigga goofy ass shit, man.
Just to elaborate on that, man. I think, like I had spoke before and said, that the biggest thing is just me thinking about that whole night and that whole situation, to where, like you guys spoke on, how so many speak about the family, how one should have been controlled, why it happened, this and that and another. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're not God, you know what I'm saying? But we believe in him. We don't fear no man, you know what I'm saying? Because we follow him first and foremost, And personally, I asked myself, was it anything else that could have been done to manicure that situation? You know what I'm saying? Because, we so used to molding and the respect, you know what I'm saying, to where we didn't have no doubt that it wasn't gonna be no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't move like that. No one in association or affiliation with us move with disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So we all family. You know what I'm saying? And just to
I think we gonna start crying.
see the way.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 57.
Because they knew that's the part he gonna start crying on, dog. That was the part he was gonna start crying on, bro. This nigga was getting in his tears. Oh man. Oh shit. Yeah, dog. So this is that's one of the parts where he starts crying. This is the second part. Going back to the messages to what I sent. I think we got past the 20-minute and 30-second mark.
It's being betrayed. You know what I'm saying? Behind someone that we care about and love also as brothers. That's the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to enlighten the world and let them know y'all got it messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because we messed up about this too. You know what I'm saying, me? And all respect to Takeoff's family. You know what I'm saying? His loved ones. We love them and respect them too. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey man, why I feel like they brought that nigga there just to cry?
Cause they know he the emotional one. Hey, bring your big ass up here and start crying on these niggas' show. We know you gonna show remorse. We know you gonna show remorse. See, you the sensitive one. So come up here and
Is that his son too?
Yeah.
That's Jay Prince's son?
Yeah, I think he Mike Prince. Yeah, that's his son.
He must have had that with the ugly baby mama.
Hey man, listen. We're just sitting here covering the story. I don't know these niggas. I'm just covering what they saying and offering my perspective on the facts that are laid in front of us, right? See, we can all talk like Jay Prince and say just random shit, but it sounds more powerful, I guess, when you slow it down. But it sounds like a street sermon right now. These niggas, man.
Oh, we want to go next.
Okay, so we got to. So do we get past the 20-minute and 30-second part?
Yeah.
Okay, just go back to that and go to 20 minutes and 20 seconds because I want people to hear after all this snitching, he tells you where he was. Yeah, the 20-minute, 30-second mark. Because this nigga definitely.
just to
Hold on,
just
go
to
back.
elaborate on that, man.
Go back to 20 second. Yeah, like right here.
No, that's like a lie to justify that dumb shit that he done. And you know, that's just the root of the shit, man. If I could change it, I would change it. If I was God, I would have reached and grabbed and stopped the bullet from hitting the loved one, because I love him that much.
And you would have thought he was
but
there.
I was in a bed sleep.
Bow. What? You see, you wasn't even there? You didn't gave a whole testimony and you wasn't even there?
I love him that
Wait a minute,
much.
wait.
You know what I mean? But I was in a bed sleep.
No, play. What? You see, I guess dead silent. Them niggas like looking at him. I wish
I
they
love
would have
him that
panned the
much.
camera to
You know
Gillian
what I
Walker.
mean?
I
But
bet Gillian Walker
I was in a bed
like,
sleep.
nigga, you was where? So you was everywhere but where you needed to be professing this elaborate story that you got told secondhand. You telling me shit that I thought you was the way he talking. I thought he was there to the point where he like, nigga, if I was a goddamn Negro superhero, I would have stopped the goddamn bullet like the Equalizer. It's like he takes you to the point where it's like you think he's there to the point where he wants to stop the bullet from going in this nigga Takeoff to saying, I was in the bed sleep. Not only was I home, I was unconscious. I was in a realm of slumber where I cannot be awakened if gunshots are right outside my window. And I'm speaking about where I wanted to be when I was in a deep state of slumber.
That nigga was asleep. That nigga probably
He getting an old nigga nap, boy.
That nigga probably busted old nigga nut. That nigga probably was in a sleep, diabetic coma.
Oh my god.
That nigga probably sleep. Oh.
Yeah, that nigga was wilding. The only where I blocked that already. Yeah, but that nigga was wilding, man. And that was to me, that was a key part where it's like, okay, you're invalidated in this whole conversation now because of what you just said. Like, you can't ever comment on this situation again. In fact, is professing to me your stupidity in a open legal matter. And with such, like I said, wisdom, guidance, and experience these old niggas have, one of the main proponents you see of contradiction is the love, like I said, that you have for your child. You know, when you love your child, there's nothing you won't do to protect them, right? So for the fact that you see this grown ass man bringing his brother and his daddy there or these two boys are bringing their daddy up here to explain their situation and talk for them as if he was there, and it just turns out he was in the bed getting his Z's in. You know what I'm saying? It only invalidates anything y'all niggas is saying, and it's like you're throwing your daddy in the fire now too. Because now he's certified snitching. We just told you he's got police paperwork. He pointing out niggas and telling them who it is and what their name is and all types of goofy, wild gang goofy shit. So, let's continue. One of the other main, but that's the paperwork part, right? That you got the camera on?
Yeah, that's not that.
Okay, cool. Oh, you know where that part's at? Yeah. Okay, cool.
To firing a weapon at the scene. He stated that he seen the two males he had identified as Joshua and Watkins throughout the evening, that he had seen them with guns. He believed that Joshua said something and began pulling the gun, so he reached and punched him. He thought that males were about to try and rob Quavo.
Now, we can just stop right there. And let me just explain that little piece how I feel about that bullshit. Now, clearly, this Bland dude and gave a police report that he seen these two guys with guns earlier. But these the same two guys that he decided he was gonna punch with his gun out and hit them with a gun. What do you think gonna happen? You know what I mean? You seen these niggas with guns and you gonna hit them? These people, these same guys that he talking about, man, if any enemy would have came their direction, they'd have had some problems. But as you can see, this clown saw that and decided, I'm gonna try them two guns with my one. And then he tell a blatant lie about they getting ready to rob Quavo. And Lord knows if anybody, any of them people would have tried to rob or touch Quavo, it was gonna be some real problems. So that's just not true.
You want me to finish reading?
Yeah, might as well.
Might as well.
This dude, here's what he doing, Gilly. This dude right here is running back in Atlanta, getting on the real niggas. So we have to get him $1 million worth of game. Let him know. Now, this is what he doing out here in Houston.
What you mean? What
Okay,
you mean
so
he getting around real
what
niggas?
he's
Like,
saying now, so he's running with the story that it was one of the people in QC camp
That
that
set it
shot
off.
mate Quavo, and he trying to push it off on the Fifth Ward nigga. So he ended up trying to protect the Fifth Ward niggas by snitching on the Atlanta niggas. Okay, I understand what's going on now. It's clear. You snitching. Now I see that's snitching.
exactly, bro. You snitch, you point fingers, you trying to get Gilly to read information.
I was confused for a minute, but he running with that narrative. But why they saying that the guy who shot the gun, what the guy named DJ Pat, why they saying he shot him?
Yeah, and didn't they have a suspect? And that's not the guy, and the suspect isn't the nigga they talking about at all, right?
Because if one of them niggas in QC camp shot him, they wouldn't be arresting all these Fifth Ward niggas. What about
right? Or the guy who they arrested, and yeah, he posted $1 million bond, and it's like, oh yeah, that's the guy we were talking about, right? The guy posted $1 million bond, and he's like, how you got $1 million?
I ain't heard nothing about him since. He had that passport to Mexico ready to go when they called him.
That's what I'm saying, dog. So it's like, bro, you're not even, that ain't even the guy who got charged for the goddamn crime in the first place. So what the fuck is we talking about? Oh, nigga.
I see what Jay Prince is
playing
doing,
these
though.
chicken job games.
Confused, bro. This is confusion, bro.
This nigga trying to charm or disarm. See, that's what I'm saying. When you speak slowly and properly, it's like you saying something more profound than what's actually being said. And once you add some $10 and $20 words to whatever message you're professing, right? Like that. See, once I say professing, it sounds like I'm saying something way more monumental than what I'm actually saying. I ain't saying shit. And these niggas master gonna see what Jay Prince does is what T.I. be trying to do, but can't really do.
Cause T.I. be thinking too hard about it. He be
I'm telling you, dog. And being and you know what's funny? us being Southern niggas, we know when a Southern nigga trying to act smart, like, oh, you a reading nigga, huh?
That nigga be rehearsing.
Yeah, or you done picked up a book today, huh? Who done taught you these words? Nigga, I done known you for 20-something years. Nigga, you can't say a 6-syllable word
Nigga
to
ain't
save
got a
your
high
life.
school diploma,
Now you come around here trying to, nigga, all right. Hey, well, hey, Crumbs, you better relax and you better, delete your comment. You don't need niggas running down and pressing you. I don't know if you checked in down there yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go over there and you ain't check in with them people.
We know that's the ghetto. You live in anything called the ward. That's the ghetto.
Nah, because they got I think wards are kind of like what we call zones, like when they be like zone 2, zone 3 and shit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like even in Jacksonville, like I think like, certain areas like Mandarin area, I think it's like zone 3, then like zone 4 is like something else. And even in Atlanta, they got zone 6, zone 5, zone 2, zone 4, zone 3. And some of the places ain't ghetto, some places is really just good side of town. So a lot of people who call zones are kind of like same thing like wards. So as far as my knowledge, so I wouldn't say that certain, because I don't think like I know who said that. I know Randy, and Randy doesn't live in the hood.
Oh, cool. Well, he masked up.
It's just Randy. He's gonna be masked up. That's how he rolls. You know what I'm saying? Like, let niggas rock their mask. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the live, niggas don't. I know niggas don't want to get seen. I know a Star was asking my dog today about what does he do and shit on the Star Report, and I won't even say the guy's name, but y'all know who he is. And he tapped in and he wasn't even trying to tell Star shit. He wasn't trying to give him no type of information. That shit was funny as hell.
Do you think they're gonna escalate?
Escalate to what?
Atlanta versus Houston.
Nah. Because the
bodies hit the floor.
Nah, the reason why I say it won't escalate because that situation didn't have anything to do with everybody else's relationship in Atlanta and Houston. I feel like people in Atlanta and Houston get a lot of money together, and they're not going to let this situation, when they probably don't have any really close dealings with either or party, even if they do, that's not going to stop me from getting money and going to Houston doing my thing, because I don't shoot dice anyways. If I'm an Atlanta artist, I'm still going to Houston, and if Jay Prince and niggas tapping with me, hey, what are we doing? Y'all want to go out? You want to hang out? Shit, I don't know. I'm probably in my hotel, so if y'all want to send some hoes up courtesy of the fam, go ahead by any means. But we don't have to go out in the 5th ward and walk around the goddamn city to see how much you tapped in. I'm gonna tell them straight up, I'm not gangster, I'm not hood, I'm not trying to be tapped in and be safe with the gangsters. Like, I'm trying to go see where the hoes at and eat somewhere nice. Do you have like 2 bodyguards I can pay for, since y'all Jay Prince and the mob? I can just tap in by just getting some security. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure you guys security with the local police that I already hired to secure me, and now I can go anywhere. Yeah, I'm walking in with about 4 to 5 different people who are armed security for me, but I know that I'm safe and I'm protected, right? That's all I'm saying. Like, if I was a rapper, dog, I would tap it in, fuck all that shit. Like, I'll be, but if everybody wants to hang out, you're like, oh, you the rapper, shit. I know my 2 guys are coming, but shit, but see me, some of the big guys, they want to be right next to the rapper. So you may be tapping in like, oh yeah, why don't you send some security my way? And the Jazz Prince, the Jay Prince Juniors of the game might be like, hey, yeah, we're gonna send some security, we're gonna pull up with you and we're gonna all just hang out and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But when you do that, now it looks like you got the whole city behind you, where you really just want to move around with about 2-3 niggas and be safe, but now you got the whole gang with you. But it looks cool because it's for clout. So it's a fair transaction.
Now, speaking on Offset, Quavo, Migo, the case, this stuff transpired and it rolled over to the Grammys. I'm hearing, Offset said it wasn't true, of course. TMZ said it happened. A lot of news people saying it happened, but they said Offset and Quavo got into a little, kerfuffle.
Yeah.
I can't spell that.
Yeah, man.
But they said they got into a little exchange, behind the scenes. And me thinking, how black people, how we interact, I'm thinking that's an all right environment. They might have said some loud words to each other and they might have just classified that as an altercation. To me, that's what I was thinking. I don't think they came to blows. You talk about a fight. We talk about a fight. We know with black people, when you fight, somebody will bleed.
Yeah, and I don't think he fought him right before he went on stage to do that. Bro. Like, I don't even see that happening. But the Grammys were this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Me, personally, I stopped giving a fuck about the Grammys after 2013, and they gave Macklemore Grammy of the Year, and I really wanted to kick my TV because Good Kid, Mad City was probably my generation's Illmatic. Nothing Was the Same is arguably Drake's best album I think Kanye was nominated for Yeezus, which was one of his best albums creatively. And Jay-Z was nominated for Magna Carta Holy Grail, which was at the time a very good album. I don't know if it aged as good as those other albums, but at the time, if they would have gave it to Hove, nobody would have flinched. And the fact that you give it to Macklemore, and then when you look back, it's like, have you ever seen such a stacked lineup with an album that's furthest away from the lineup Macklemore even win? And that was just a testament to me as a hip hop fan of why I should never take the Grammy serious. Because at a certain point in like 2008, Kanye was winning 2008. You seen them do Swagger Like Us. I feel like in the early mid 2000s, they did hip hop category right. I remember one year Eminem was winning, and I didn't really particularly like that, only because I felt like it was other things. But now when I look back on that time where he won those awards, I can see why he did now, right? But when I fast forward to Grammys, especially the one we talked about 2018, where you had Daytona with Pusha T nominated with Victory Lap and Nipsey Hussle, and then Cardi B won Rap Album of the Year over both of those classics. And that was also one of the points where I came back to the Grammys, because I'm like, listen, some of my favorite albums of this year are nominated, so it sounds like they kind of got it right to a certain extent, right? And this was a pretty good year in hip hop. And for Pusha T, for it to be that good of a year in hip hop, mainstream wise, and Pusha T and Nipsey Hussle's albums to be nominated for Grammys in that particular year showed and proved how impactful those albums were for them to be hip hop lyricism. You know what I'm seeing? Like real official shit. And them niggas lost to Cardi B. So after that, I was like, man, fuck the Grammys. So we have some footage. Oh, what are we looking at?
I feel what you're saying about the Grammy, but they have blackened the Grammys up over time. They got the black side on the Grammy. You got Gorilla doing her thing at the Grammy. She met Beyonce.
With that, listen. Yeah, she met Beyonce, I'm gonna be a hater. Y'all know me. I'm gonna start hating on that.
Beyonce, so. Tied with Georgie Shuani. I don't know who that is for a mini Grammy. You know who that is?
No, that's exactly why we don't fuck with the Grammys. Who the hell is this mother George Shuani? Who is that? And we're not gonna look it up because we're just gonna run with the hate. That's what we're gonna do.
But Future was out there. He had his, he ain't bring no Tatiana.
No, he brings his daughter all the time.
His daughter. Okay, he bring his daughter all the time.
Yeah, he brought his daughter to the last one. He won his first Grammy for the song with Kendrick. I forgot that song. I forgot how that goes.
You might be talking about
it was off the Black Panther album. But yeah, Future won an award too. Future won for Best Melodic Song with Wait For You with Tim's and Drake. So Future won his first Grammy as a lead artist. And just keep it a buck, bro. Hey, that's another notch in Future's belt, right? 2-time Grammy Award winner.
Yeah, Future.
Come on, man.
Future
how many more credentials? To me, especially after last night, me, I'm a Future advocate. What else does he have to accomplish to be in that top 4 Mount Rushmore? And really, like I said, if you take Drake out of the conversation,
public perception, bro.
Future's a top rapper in the last 10, 11 years. If
he
you
don't got the public perception. But there go your girl,
Amber Rose.
She look worn out, bro.
Who is that, Candy?
Candy look better than Amber Rose. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, I always thought Candy was fine.
You already thought Candy was fine?
Hell yeah. I think Candy always look good. It's better.
I don't like her smile.
I like her smile. I think she cute. I like her big ass mouth. What do you mean? She got I like how Candy looks. She's a very beautiful young lady.
Oh Lord, that's Frida.
Who is that?
Big Frida.
Big Frida. Oh shit.
There your girl, Black China, came out.
And she looked like a crow.
She look like a goddamn
vulture. She looks like a Power Ranger supervillain.
She finna be in a Kodak Vulture video. I'ma eat, you gonna eat too? And this is what I wanted to show people too. There your boy Sam Cooke.
You mean Sam Smith? Don't disrespect Sam Cooke like that.
Man, I'm tripping, bro.
Don't disrespect Sam Cooke like that.
Major.
Goddamn what did I say? You grooving over there, J Dub? What you got going on, nigga?
I'm grooving. I'm on the bullshit.
Devil is a lot of that Sam Cooke, nigga. That's Sam Cooke, nigga.
That's Sam Smith himself in a dress. I didn't want the black people to see this because they always say, man, he do got some black. He do got some black little whatever. But the white man is in a dress, black people. So we can see the white man in the dress because y'all know y'all always claim they don't put the white man in the dress. The Illuminati or whoever don't put the white man in a dress. There we go. they didn't put Billy Porter out there like they usually do. They done use
Billy Porter probably was there, but there's too many people got pictures. I don't know, man. Jack Harlow was there. You know what I'm saying? Tim's. Let's go to Tim's. Tim's look very good. You know what I'm saying? Lil Uzi. Hey, man. Hey, that hip hop. Hey, you know what was so funny about that hip hop tribute? It was like, yo, it was like the way it started out was dope, and then towards the end, like at the end of it, it was just a little Uzi twerking on LL Cool J.
Oh, Uzi was twerking on LL Cool J.
That's how I want to rock, and then it cut off, and it was funny. Me and Killa, Salute the Gift and the Curse podcast. We were watching a video earlier today on her platform, so subscribe to her. But we were watching her platform, and then Lil Uzi literally just started dancing and shit, and like LL Cool J was like behind him, like that. I'm like, what the fuck y'all niggas got going on? I think Gorilla was there. I'm like, this nigga twerking on Uzi, twerking on LL. And I'm like, you know what? This is fitting. This is hip hop now. You go from my radio to the young bull twerking on the old head.
Remember your boy Quavo?
Yeah.
He did his.
What's he supposed to do? Stand next to him?
Offset could get a verse in, bro.
He didn't have one in before the goddamn performance. So what you gonna do up here besides staying here in the dark?
Ask him to give a verse. True C hating on my nigga.
Dog, listen. If everything in my life was pretty much normal, and then you ended up having sex with my ex-girlfriend, or me and my girl broke up, and I found out that you had any type of sexual relations with my ex-girl after we broke up, before we broke up, during whatever, that happens. Me and my cousin, because you the homie, you're not really family. Mm-hmm. So me and my cousin got a pivot. Now we doing our own thing. So now we're low-key living in an alternate universe. I went from being in Amigos with my girl to being single. Now it's just me and my cousin. On some bullshit, we cut you off anyways, and you fucking the money up, right? So now me and my cousin doing our thing, and then my cousin ends up dead, right? So as I'm thinking about having survivor's remorse and thinking about how many ways could life have played out that we weren't there at that night in that second, I'm pretty much one of the butterfly effects he probably thinks about in life that he always goes back to is like, man, what if this nigga never fucked my bitch allegedly? Mm-hmm. We never broke up, the Migos never broke up, and like we wouldn't have been there right there, or Offset, like Offset would have been there with us, and he probably would have peeped something that I didn't peep, or regardless, all three of us, none of us would have died if all three of us were together. That's probably, and I'm not saying that's what he's thinking about. This is just me giving alleged analysis, right? Mm-hmm. And with that, okay, now my cousin's dead, just kind of off of a chain reaction of the fallout between the Migos, because me and my cousin were there. No, actually, me and my nephew were there. I keep saying my cousin. Me and my nephew were there promoting our album, which would have been the Migos album, but now we're just promoting our shit, right? Mm-hmm. You usually be on promo runs, but you weren't. Cool, whatever, fuck it. But he's dead, and I'm already dealing with us breaking up and me and my girl breaking up, and then he just died. You are one of the main sources of my pain. Get the fuck away from me. You mourn on your own time. Don't come around me. I might want to whoop your ass even more that the fact that now he's gone and we broke up, and now you're probably looking at like, damn, if I do all that fuck shit, we probably would still be together. So now I'm probably even more mad at you and I don't want you to come around. So honestly, when I look at the fact that Quavo and Offset have been in pictures together, stood together, did any of that shit, still let you know that it's something going on, and that beef was between Quavo and Offset, not between Takeoff and Offset, because I think the way you've seen Takeoff, the way you see Offset openly grieve about the situation has shown you that their relationship was probably cool. It was just Takeoff had to roll with his family over everything, right? Mm-hmm. So I just feel like that's what he did, and that's what happened. Yeah, blood is thicker than water.
But could you roll with your boy if I didn't smash your girl, but my wife smashed your girl?
I'm not cool with nobody who smashed my. Listen,
I didn't smash your girl. My wife smashed your girl. Cardi B.
I'm still not cool with you because as a nigga, you should have stopped that from happening. Because guess what?
You can't get a female breast.
Nah, you know why? Because if I would have set that up and had Sweetie smash Cardi B, then you would have had a problem with it.
Ooh.
And even if you don't, because that's how y'all roll, that's not how I roll with my girl. Even if that's how she ended up rolling, you don't do that to me. You don't do that to me, though. That's the point. Regardless of before breakup, after breakup, that's out of bounds. Like, you don't do that to me, my nigga. You or your girl.
Nah, I feel you, man. Salute to. I don't even know if that would happen. We don't know if that's the situation. We just speculating. But just scenario wise. And also Jay-Z performed, him and his crew, Ross, Khaled.
Wayne,
the whole Rock Nation gang.
Yeah, don't forget Wayne. He had a fire verse
saved,
too.
well, Jay-Z saved Wayne career too. Now let's not like Jay-Z ain't saved Wayne.
Hey, okay, congratulations, Hov.
The whole Rock Nation crew.
Listen.
Where is Rockefeller State Property?
What you mean where they at? You know where they at? They sitting over here with us.
Oh my God.
They sitting over here with us. In Jaguar Right on the outside looking in, speculating, dictating, player hating. You know how we get down.
I feel like Oskino.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I really did love this fucking performance. This is like the coolest thing that ever happened at the Grammys last night. Not ever in the history of the Grammys. This was like the dopest thing that happened last night was his performance. Because Ross, all three of them had their best verses, and this is really like a Jay-Z song. And Jay-Z really did his thing.
And Jay-Z, he don't stand next to nobody.
I just don't like the fact Jay-Z keeps trying to look like me, man. Like, dog, come on, bro. Like, come on, man.
Why you want to get the colossal dreads like Jay-Z?
Because Jay-Z trying to be like me. Jay-Z wish he was a 29-year-old nigga with the dreads. That's why he looking. Man, that's why he 59. That's why he 59 with no gray hairs and dreads. Like your hair just grows like that as an old nigga. But hey, what do I know?
So Beyonce took some awards home.
I didn't hear anybody talk about the Mary J. Blige performance.
What about it?
I don't know. I didn't hear any. But this is my first time seeing it or hearing about it. I didn't hear no tweets about it. Nothing about it.
I'm glad Mary J. Blige getting her flowers.
No, me too. I love it. Because, but it's kind of like Aretha Franklin gone. So like, who else they're gonna try to promote as the queen of R&B?
Yeah, because they don't got no. Because she really taking on Whitney's shine.
But I love Whitney's gone. So honestly, it's like Mary J. Blige and Beyonce really should be lauded as the queens of R&B. And people will be like, oh, well, you can't compare Mary. Yeah, you compare Mary to Mary J. Blige shouldn't be suffering the fact, like, that's what I'm saying. Mary J. Blige is the queen of R&B, unequivocally, right?
Lizzo, record of the year.
Some
Lizzo.
bullshit. Like, what did she win record of the year for?
I don't even know no Lizzo record. Lizzo looking like a
was it for that Rumors record? Maybe I like that record, but I don't know.
Lizzo looking like a turkey wrapped in aluminum foil.
Hey man, leave Lizzo. I like Lizzo, man. I like Lizzo. She's dope, man. I ain't gonna sit here and get on Lizzo. She's a dope person, and her weight doesn't affect her artistry. You know what I'm saying? Because Missy Elliott was fat as hell, and she was always one of my favorite artists. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fat people I appreciate in life, so I can't ever just sit here and disrespect somebody's weight, because that's, certain people's weight, they had to take pills or medications, and they gain weight, against their will in a way. So I don't know what people's body functions go through for them to gain weight. So that could be like a struggle. I've been calling you fat, but you may be taking pills to,
Now, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, at the Grammy, Chris Brown.
About Damn Time. That's the record Lizzo won the Grammy for.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead though.
Yeah, at the Grammy, Chris Brown, he had a bad reaction to some
Robert Glasper winning the R&B album of the year.
Winning R&B album of the year, Robert Glasper. You ever heard of this guy?
Yeah, I've heard of him before.
He got some views. Is he down with Rock Nation?
I don't know who he's down with, but he's a legitimate artist to where he won it. I didn't have an issue at all with him winning it, because he made a pretty good album. Do I think it's better than Beyonce? Not Beyonce, but I think it's better than goddamn
Chris
Brown's album? Nah, not really. No, but I'm kind of biased because I'm a Chris Brown fan, and I like Robert Glasper's album. It was pretty cool. It had a lot of different sounds to it, and then it transitioned to a more traditional R&B album. But at the end of the day, I just feel like that was one of Chris Brown's better albums, This
is the second award show that's slighted Chris Brown. American Music Awards cancel my nigga performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't fucking with Chris Brown. Robert Glasper, like, yo. I mean,
for Black
this nigga
Radio.
made me feel like I could have been an R&B star, bro. Like,
I mean, you can, but anybody can. But that one over Music Soul Child, and then I think he won for Song of the Year too. I think for Black Radio 3. Like, what the fuck? I never heard Black Radio 3 before. That's what I'm saying, dog. Like don't. And I understand, like, oh, if you don't listen to Robert Glasper, you don't know. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about that shit, dog. I'm trying to understand, like, if niggas, and this is what I be trying to say about the Grammys and like just certain things, right? Like, it's hard for industry, especially white industry people, to judge black culture and what's hot because they're not around black people to tell you what black people are actually listening to. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like a lot of the shit we listen to is shit y'all be promoting. Like we go, what's good, not really what's be promoted. You got to promote something really hard to get niggas like in a trance when it comes to musically. Because we've known it's a lot of years. They be like, oh yo, this is album of the year, and then we, talk amongst our homies and our friends and other people in other places. Like, nah, this record was album of the year. So yeah, Robert Glasper won for album of the year, R&B album of the year. The Heart 5 won for rap performance of the year. That's cool. What else? Going down the Grammy list,
It was just the honor amongst, music this weekend. Also, Lil Wayne got a tribute.
Hey, that chick Mooney Long, she won for R&B performance of the year for that song Hours and Hours. That's cool. That was a song I heard on social media, and so that pretty blew up. And Mooney Long, she got a pretty good project from that project. That not only that song is a really good song, she has like a few other, and I think she had a song like Time Machine.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good project, so she got a Grammy. I think that was pretty dope. To see an artist who hasn't really, like broken out super much to, be able to get a Grammy and everything. But I guess she has broken out. Beyonce didn't win for dance recording of the year with Break My Soul, so that was a good win for her.
Long?
Yeah, Mooney Long, yeah.
That's her? Okay.
Yeah. And she had a great performance, I think, at a Soul Train Music Awards. Like, she had a whole step and everything for a whole nother song. She really did her thing.
They trying to break these artists that nobody don't know.
Best rap song.
Kendrick Lamar won.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar won for the Heart Part 5. But to me, I'm like, yo, how did Kendrick Lamar win best rap song for a song that wasn't even on the album, man? Like, that's kind of annoying. Like, okay, you give him album of the year, but you get best rap song for a song when you're on the album, bro. Like, you basically saying, like, if anything he drops is like official. That's what I'm saying. That's why we're saying he makes bar and grill. He makes biracial bar and grill music, and he gives white people a pass to be like, oh, listen to Kendrick Lamar, so I'm woke enough to get a pass. That's why he gets all the award. He gets the white guilt trip award of the year.
I think that the Heart Part 5 was like the best thing about his rollout last year.
Yeah, and I feel like in a way, yeah, it could have been the best. I would give him the best rap song, like real shit. I would give him best rap song of the year, right?
Yes.
But I can't give him best rap album of the year.
Yes, there
you feel
go.
me?
Yeah. That's
so he actually won the right award at this award.
Yeah, he just won too many.
But it wasn't the best rap album, right? No. So now I'm going back to the Grammys. The Grammy situation. Let me go.
The best rap album was between DJ Khaled, Future, Jack Harlow, and Pusha T. Which, when you talk about the best rap album, of course, Pusha T should have won. I would have put it between Pusha T and, but I would have picked Pusha T to me a full album. But
Yeah. I would say that. Cause to me, I never liked you. I did, be honest. It was the highest selling hip hop album of last year.
I never liked you with that.
Future's album.
What was that was the one who was in the Land Back?
Yeah.
I don't really keep it Future files.
Yeah. So I feel like that did good, and he had a couple songs off. So, but at the end of the day, he still won for best melodic rap song. So that's you still got a Grammy.
They made up a category for that nigga.
No, that's been the category for a while. Like they got different subcategories for they got different R&B different R&B song categories. So I'm like, hey, if you won that, I am super cool. Like I said, best R&B song. Beyonce got Cuff It, so she's won 2 awards on here.
Yeah. Bad Bunny award. I
think Bad Bunny or Beyonce should have won album of the year.
I salute them for throwing in a couple underground artists in there and let them win and getting some publicity. Because if not, then it would have been the same old top, Rock Nation crew winning all the awards, basically.
Rap performance, the Heart Part 5. I guess, the video and everything, The best dance electronic album, Beyonce won that. So, yeah, Beyonce was winning awards, bro. Let's not act like, what I'm saying.
And here go the 50 years of hip-hop tribute you were talking about.
Oh, yeah, so we got the 50 years of hip-hop tribute. That was... Hey, now go to the Twitter link, because they got the full length one, so we can, kind of go past that, because, these niggas. It was a couple other performances. I don't think they ain't gonna have the Uzi and LL Cool J moment that them niggas was, you know,
Okay, I got you.
Getting a little too excited for my taste. I'm like, you old heads.
LL Cool J was on the stage pitching woo.
I don't know if he was pitching woo, but I didn't.
He was on there trying to get him some Bucci cat.
I just didn't appreciate the vibe that was being given.
Oh no, LL girl.
I just didn't like
LL,
the
you got a
vibes.
wife at home. Little Uzi is a boy.
You ain't have to go up and dance with that nigga, man. You could have just let that man perform his song like everybody else. You ain't come on stage with everybody else. When that nigga start, you know, doing his thing, you just gotta pop back out.
Oh no, LL. Little Uzi is a little boy.
I'm just saying,
no, LL. Don't do it like that, honey. That's nasty.
I don't know what these niggas.
What the link at?
Oh shit! You ain't okay. Let me see.
What is this one? No, that's another one. Oh, we should have watched that when we were talking about Jay Prince. I want to see what Charleston White had to say.
Yeah, okay. We can get back to the Charleston White shit for sure because I that is a funny ass clip.
Yeah, try to send me that more. I want to see Little Uzi.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Well, he will perform. I just want to rock.
Yeah, and it's like, why'd you bring him out there to do that shit, dog? Like
that nigga, LL Cool J said, I just want to rock too. Body yada yada. I just want to rock.
And you had niggas dancing to that shit. That shit was weird.
Say, this 13. I don't know. We can play the whole thing.
Yeah, and that little Uzi part was around the. I want to say the. Yeah, what part am I at right now? Around like the 12-minute, 15-second mark.
Let me see if we can see Little Uzi twerking.
The ride, I was like, "You come on, bro. Come on, man. What part of the game is this, man? And why they had to end this whole for them to end the hip hop thing on that song? It was just like, come the fuck on, bro.
That's
like
the biggest song in the game right now, though. Let me see the twerk. That ain't. We gonna add civilized. We ain't gonna be doing too much nigga wiggling. Ain't no niggas finna be in front of me twerking and all that.
Yo, too much nigga wiggling is crazy.
Jay-Z already had his bad experience with Little Mama.
Yo,
Too
much nigga wiggling is insane.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Jay-Z, bro. If nigga gonna be on stage with Jay-Z, bro, everybody gonna have on a suit, bro. Niggas not finna be on stage with their shirt off. And nigga with spike hat. Jay-Z ain't finna be on stage with all that, bro. Nigga, you talking $1 billion, bro. You telling me $1 billion you finna be on stage with Little Uzi come out there twerking? Nah, stop it.
Telling you, dog. I don't have a problem with hip hop. I don't have a problem with what they did. I think it was pretty dope. Be honest, I just feel like it was a couple more people that, you know, I want to see, but like I know with production shouldn't cost, they just couldn't get everybody. So you want to play the Charleston White clip before we move on to the next few topics?
Oh yeah, I do want to see what Charleston White was talking about in relation to Jay Prince.
Yeah, because we gotta get on this NBA situation. We gotta get on a few other situations too. So you know what I'm saying? Because and I like what he said too. You know what I'm saying? We can drop number a lot. No Perspectives Facts Podcast. It's Florida Boy J, man. Make sure the likes reflect the viewers in here. You know what I'm saying? We got that good ball once again. Casamigos. We got that loud rolled up. We're just doing a good thing right now for the community. We're providing this good amount of good news right here. So here's Charleston White talking about the Jay Prince situation.
He ain't never been able to reach his arms up here and help no nigga with no music career. Stay his ass in Houston. Him and his boys. So now, my nigga.
I mean, so you feel like Jay Prince needs to help more?
Man, Jay Prince keep doing what the fuck he doing. I'm telling y'all, Jay Prince don't run shit in Dallas. Mob ties is just some bullshit. It ain't no mob ties, nigga. Them Italians got the mob. Don't no nigga got no motherfucking mob. Them niggas just talking bullshit Italian Geechee talk. Them ain't no real mobsters. Them niggas ain't never stood up for the black race. hollering about that shit. Nigga, them Italians bribe people. Them niggas can't do nothing. Them niggas pick on the weak. That nigga sons beat up girls, homie. Them stripper bitches. So I ain't saying they ain't gotta help her. Well, fuck about no Jay Prince, nigga. He ain't never been able to reach his arms up here and help no nigga with no music career. Stay his ass in Houston. Him and his boys. So now, my nigga.
I mean, so you feel like Jay Prince needs to help more?
Man, Jay Prince keep doing what the fuck he doing. I'm telling you, Jay Prince don't run shit in Dallas. Mob ties is just some bullshit. It ain't no mob ties, nigga. Them Italians got the mob. Don't no nigga got no motherfucking mob. Them niggas just talking bullshit Italian Geechee talk. Them ain't no real mobsters. Them niggas ain't never stood up for the black race. Hollering about that shit. Nigga, them Italians bribe people. Them niggas can't do nothing. Them niggas pick on the weak.
He has a point. He has a valid point. He just has a valid point, man, to be honest.
Man, I heard Jay Prince crying one time, talk about the FBI following me.
I think Charleston White, I think what Jay Prince represents as an older figure is that what Jay Prince represents is what Charleston White is going against. Like old niggas trying to play this gangster tough game and just leading the youth down the wrong path. And I think that's exactly what Charleston White is going up against. And that's why Charleston White has such an issue with Jay Prince and older niggas like him and Whack 100, because you leading the youth down the wrong path. And half you niggas, not saying y'all didn't do it, these niggas did, but y'all survived it. And instead of you telling niggas to get the fuck out or providing an ulterior motive contrary of what you had to get up out the game, you perpetuating the same shit. They got these niggas' daddies and uncles and brothers locked up to her down. They got to come for you to knowledge, and you ain't doing no better than what the fuck they was doing, because obviously niggas getting hit, niggas' bodies is dropping allegedly around the situation, and all niggas can do is try to have their condolences. But as we move forward and progress in this conversation, Kyrie Erving was dealt from the Brooklyn Nets to the Dallas Mavericks for Spencer Dinwiddie, who's Finley Smith, and a couple of picks. Now, what I feel like Dallas Mavericks gave up, what Jalen Brunson provided for the Dallas Mavericks, especially last year, was the same thing Kyrie Erving is about to come and provide. And they're going to have to pay Kyrie Erving at least 10 to 15 more million a year if they want to re-sign him long term. And he's only averaging 3 more points than Jalen Brunson this season. So not only did you not keep a player of a Kyrie Erving like for less money in the offseason, let him walk to the Knicks. Now you just traded your best defense defender in Finley Smith and your second leading scorer and good defender in Spencer Dinwiddie to the Mavericks. So to the Nets. So you lost three crucial starters that you had playing minutes last year to help you get to the Western Conference Finals with Luka Doncic for a guy scoring 3 more points than a nigga that you let walk in free agency. So now you lost defensive depth, you lost wing depth as far as on the defensive perimeter, and you just added a scoring threat that you already had on the team. So you lost 2 scoring threats and a wing defender for the same scoring threat that one of the guys brought. I don't see how that's a good trade at all. On top of the fact that I don't think Kyrie Erving has a long-term future in the Dallas Mavericks with the Dallas Mavericks or in the Dallas Maverick uniform, thus is going to make this whole deal be fucking vilified and be looked at as the most lopsided deal in NBA history, because Kyrie Erving can walk away a free man in the next 4 months and sign with any team he wants.
I think it's a good look. Kyrie Erving just wanted to get the fuck up out of there. You know, he got a lot of backlash. I don't think the Nets really making no noise this year anyway. And I feel like him and that white boy can make some noise together, and they possibly can go to the finals. And I feel like that's a good option for him. Where he at in the league, he don't got no endorsements or anything like that no more. I feel like a 4-month option is good for him. Like, yo, do you want to stay or do you want to go?
I feel like the Dallas Mavericks issue with Luka is the fact that they have 0 depth on their team. When he comes out the game, there's nobody else to take the ball. And it's like, okay, now you're saying that you're going to give Kyrie Erving that credit or that role if Luka has to sit down. But the issue with even doing that is Kyrie Erving only is going to give you one role, and that's scoring the basketball and passing, but mostly just scoring. He'll score first point guard. You still need a defensive wing. You still need people that to provide the skill that a Finley Smith provided. What he provided was defensive wing help. If you don't have that, and you're going against a Paul George, a Kawhi Leonard, a LeBron James, a Kevin Durant, you're going against these certain small forwards, big shooting guards. You have no chance to guard them. On top of the fact that both of your premium all-stars are more just offensive one-sided players who have high usage rates because they dribble the ball on ISO all day. So now they're moving. It's the same thing you're probably going to see when the Nuggets had Carmelo Anthony and Allen Iverson. We see a lot of ISO scoring, but you don't see a lot of teamwork. And you don't see a lot of basketball movement. So all of these guys can put up 20, 30 points a night. That does not mean it's going to translate to wins. Compounded with the fact that you don't even have enough bench depth to compete with teams, even when we do short it up in the playoffs to about a 6 to 7 to 8 man rotation. You don't have enough bodies. That's my thing for them. If anything, I feel like this trade works more out for the Nets because you have a Dinwiddie and Finley Smith. You provide more defense. Dinwiddie can provide a level of offense, and now KD just has his team again. Less distraction, more focus. Dinwiddie's providing a level of Finley Smith to me is providing a level of defense, and I feel like because Spencer Dinwiddie was already a point guard for them, he slides right back into the point guard role. Yeah, he might not score as much as Kyrie, but I feel like his team chemistry and the way he can contribute to the Nets locker room is going to be beneficial. I think the Nets won this trade. And then on top of the fact, we had LeBron James do an interview and speak on it. And pretty much he was like, I wish we could have got Kyrie and a player of his caliber. But at the end of the day, we didn't. We got to move on with the guys we got. I feel like Kyrie could have helped me compete for a championship. That right there is kind of telling Kyrie that, hey, I did everything I can do to get you over here. And is Kyrie going to leave in free agency, go to the Lakers? I think he could. I think that'd be a good look.
They said the Nets didn't want to trade him to the Lakers for some reason. Why not?
Because you put this franchise through hell. When we first got you, you didn't want to play because of the vaccine and because of the COVID thing and the
personal.
Secondly, then you took personal days off last year for what reason we don't know, but you just keep taking personal days off. And then you said you weren't going to get the vaccine, which we couldn't play you in home games for a number of games, which affected our record and our team chemistry. And then you came out this year with the anti-Semitic, quote unquote, reposting and doing all that, and then the suspension, you losing deals and everything. So what have you done? And you only played 72 or 73 combined games with Kevin Durant in a 3-year span since we signed the both of you guys. So what have you been providing for us to give you goodwill and a sign off that you've done for this franchise? You've done nothing but derail our plans. So why am I going to trade you to Los Angeles? You can win a title. You can be where you want to be. No, let's trade you to Dallas, and then you can fight your way out of Dallas, see if you want to go to Los Angeles. But
salute to Kyrie Irving, man. He kicked up dust. Hey, you did your thing, man. Now don't go down to the Dallas think you finna be a black Jew and a black Israelite.
No, I feel like he tried to play chicken with the organization, and the organization called his bluff. Like he came in there and he told them like, hey, we're doing good. We're kind of overachieving. We got the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference right now, the 3rd seed. We're floating in contendership. Kevin Durant got hurt, and I'm still kind of keeping the ship afloat right now. I think it's time to represent that contract. The contract initially stated, as we can go back and look at it, that it had some stipulations with Kyrie Irving that were in there, and Kyrie Irving didn't want to sign. That contract was put on the table this time last year. He didn't re-sign. Now he wants the Nets to put the same contract on the table amidst everything that came on, and the Nets are like, no, we have the leverage. We're not going to offer you a contract at this time. So he said, you know what? There's a week to the trade deadline. Trade me, knowing either you're going to force your hand to this contract or you're going to trade me to where I want to go, which is the Lakers. LeBron already pitching for me. They already are giving you a deal. They took the lesser deal. Lakers had a sweeter deal on the table than what the Nets, than what they got from the Mavericks, and still took the Mavericks deal. That's also showing you is a conspiring agenda in the league not to send LeBron any help unless you take away from the Lakers to the point where LeBron win the championship. I'm not a LeBron stan. One thing I have been noticing is the same thing, and I'm telling you, it's the same thing that happened with Kobe when he was in the league and he got Chris Paul, and the league vetoed the trade 90 minutes later because they're like, no, you're not winning the 6th ring, bro. Like, we're cutting, fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That fucked up that whole team's chemistry. And I'm saying that because LeBron, for the last 2 years, has been trying to get certain people on the team. And other times, it was very easily to make these trades happen. But not only is it the problem what's happening with the LeBron James and the LA Lakers is that it's a double negative. People already hate on the Lakers organization for winning, right? And people already hate on LeBron James individually for being dominant, right? Now you put the most dominant player with the most winning player, the most dominant player with the most winning franchise. Nobody's gonna do them niggas any favors. And if I do you anything that you perceive as a favor because you're so rich in assets, we're gonna extract as much as we can out of you and charge you a premium for business dealings, much more than we would charge another team. Because you're LeBron James, Los Angeles Lakers. Why would we do you any favors? And I feel like that's what the league does. Every time they try to do a deal, they always, the player they're trying to get always gets sent somewhere else for less than what the Lakers are even offered. And it's always a speculation that the people were asking for more than was already on the table. So Lakers are still left in no man's land. I think maybe he's came back. I gotta look at it, to be honest. I know they won the other night, but Lakers are not in playoff contention if they started today. And that's the main thing that we have a conversation about, is that the Lakers are still not playoff contention. I think the Warriors have the 8th seed right now at a 500 record, and the Lakers are like the 13th best team in their conference, in the Western Conference right now. So at the end of the day, the Lakers are stuck in no man's land. Russell Westbrook has reverted to be the first 3-point shooter in the NBA. You still got Lonnie Walker and other people on Lakers contributing, but regardless of that, LeBron James is still having to put up better points and stats than he did when he was even playing with the Heat right now, and they're still losing games. The team is not built for LeBron James winning a championship. But if you would have put Kyrie Erving over on that team, that would have took so much pressure off LeBron. And I think Kyrie Erving with LeBron James, regardless of if AD is healthy or not, would have took the Lakers further than where they're going to go without him this year. And that's a hard reality the Lakers are facing right now, knowing that no matter how much they try, they're not going to land a player like Kyrie Erving right now. And it is what it is. I think you're looking at Eastern Conference. But where's the Nets right now? As we're looking at East, where are the Nets currently ranked?
I'm looking at the whole league. The Nets are they number 6.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And Kyrie wanted to pull the trigger
balling right now. They got a 600. They 600%. Denver Nuggets balling.
Yeah, right now the New Jersey Nets, they're currently 5th place in the Eastern Conference with a 32-21 record.
Cavaliers,
they're doing good. That's what I'm saying. But the Nets, like I said, they're 32-21. They have a competing record in the Eastern Conference. They like if you leave Kyrie Irving on that team, man, yeah, I think they can beat the Sixers again. They can beat the Bucks, the Celtics. I mean, the Cavs look very good. But at the end of the day, it's like now Kevin Durant's on an island with the Nets, and he still has a 3-year contract, and he asked for a trade over the summer, and they didn't grant it to him. So now you might have to force a Kevin Durant trade somewhere, because who's going to come over there with all the bullshit that's been popping off? What's his name? Ben Simmons isn't doing anything. He's not coming through. Like I told you before, Lakers 4 games under 500, sitting in 13th place in the Western Conference. If the playoffs start today, they wouldn't even make the play-in. Now they're 2 games out of the play-in, but that's what the fuck is that even to be? You know what I'm saying? The Timberwolves, Warriors, Pelicans, and Jazz will all be in the play-in. Trailblazers and Thunder have a better record than the Lakers.
The San Antonio Spurs, Detroit Pistons, and Rockets teams.
Yeah, they're tanking for Wemba. There's a 7'5" Australian or French dude. I don't even know where this motherfucker's from. He's 7'5", and he has handles and shoots like a guard. And he's about to declare for the NBA this year. Did you hear me?
Who?
17. This dude Wemba. He has a long name.
I saw him.
He's like 7'5", like the height of Yao Ming with the package of Allen Iverson.
Yeah, they were trying to say that guy might not be no kid though.
We don't even care.
Oh damn,
this nigga be 45. You moving like that? Come in the league. So, just to wrap that topic up on update, Kyrie Irving is to the Mavericks. We're gonna see how that goes. The Nets are going to have to fight in the Eastern Conference, but having Dinwiddie and Finley Smith, that can be good, but I think that's going to be a room presence than what Kyrie Irving was bringing as far as being a distraction. I think that team chemistry can take them probably further than where we initially think they're going to go at this present time, because we're looking at more of, you took a superstar off your roster. But if you add 2 team guys who can fill in that role, because what they did with the Mavericks, the reason why I say that trade hurt the Mavericks, because what they meant for the Mavericks, they're good role guys, they're good key players to shape that team. You remove them, affects that team. Those are 2 key players. Those are 2 starters.
Mm-hmm.
And now you put a Kyrie there, cool, but him and Luka do the same thing. So what did you really add?
We have to see. I wouldn't mind seeing Kyrie going to the.
Yeah, Mavericks are 2 games over 500. They're in 6th place in the Eastern Conference, so they're still fighting to stay in the playoffs. So I think they can do their thing. They can maintain, but I don't know how far they're gonna go.
Absolutely, Kyrie, man. The water was muddy where he was at. He got out of there.
Yeah, that nigga was on some bullshit, man. That nigga was on some bullshit, man. I really wish he could have just stayed out the year. Like I said, they're overachieving as is. And then Kevin Durant was on his way to come back. But now you did what you did. The Nets are in no man's lane. The Lakers are in no man's lane. It's like you really just kind of disrupted 3 teams. And how far can you go in the Western Conference? Like right now, you put the Mavericks over there. Are they better than the Nuggets? No, the Nuggets are a very deep team and they have great passing. Is he better than the Grizzlies? No. The Grizzlies, they have a lot of young talent. They're very stupid and immature. No, the Kings, I haven't watched any of the Sacramento Kings, but they're 3rd seed right now. Clippers, if Kawhi's, Paul George, healthy with Tyronn Lue, I think they can really make the finals if they're healthy. Suns, frauds. Timberwolves, frauds. Warriors, they're healthy, they can run it. Pelicans, they healthy, they can run it. Jazz, frauds. Trailblazers, Lakers. And now, before we play this clip of Respect and Facts podcast, this is was it Ethiopian or Somalian? This is a Somalian church. We're gonna play this clip once again. This can be seen as our FBA segment of the week. We just want to play this clip because I've seen somebody named Sir Major. They posted this clip. Salute to the chat, and we want to go ahead and play this clip and just see what we think about it, because I didn't watch everything fully, but the first 15-30 seconds was scathing enough for me to be like, yeah, I'll watch the rest of this at the show and get like a live reaction.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No. كلهم أو معظمهم أبناء الزنا. أبناء الزنا. Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed. And because the marriage will limit them, they will go from one to another to another. Subhanallah. It's one of the African American brother who accepted Islam. He said, Sheikh, Islam limited me. Only allowed me 4 wives. He said, before I became a Muslim, I had 40 girls, mashallah, tabarakallah. And I used to maintain all of them well, tabarakallah. But he said, now Islam is limiting me only to 4. So children will be well taken care of. And there won't be children who do not know their fathers.
Yeah, I don't understand why he had to go there. Like, what does he mean about, like, you meet Black Americans and they don't know their father? Like, is that a thing? Like, I feel like I don't know a lot of people that don't know their dad as Black Americans. Do you know a lot of people that just don't know who their dad is at all? Like, is there any truth to this statement? Like
Back in the day, that was a true statement. It's not a true statement as we stand now as Black Americans, but back in this day, I think before our time, probably like in the crack era, yeah, bro, it was a lot of people like, yo, it was common, like, I don't know my dad. That was a common thing. But now, no. Most people know their dad these days.
So what do you think was the point of him like saying this? Like, what was he trying to say with this? Like, that was a real like hard shot, you know what I'm saying, that you took right
It's
there.
sad, but everybody use Black people as examples of what not to do, bro.
But why do you have? But let's be Pan-Africanist tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have our own melanated brothers and sisters across the homeland making disparaging remarks about us to exalt themselves as some type of peacemakers and loving givers and thinkers for us, because we don't know our Father, so we don't have any guidance, so they have to have enough mercy and spiritual you know, preservance, and, you know, just some type of higher being than us. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, what are you saying? We don't know our fathers. Like, why is that a talking? Why is that stereotype being perpetuated by you? Like, isn't that anti-Black or something? Isn't that anti-Pan-African? Like, what are we talking about? Like, when you see sometimes, and it's not me, right? But what I'm trying to say is this: when you go online and you see people like, oh, FBA is a hate group, or the ADOS people, they coming at me, or people who like, you know, xenophobic, or they're speaking like, you know, against my group and this and that. But it's like, okay, I hear that, but I also hear this too. So is it one-sided, or is just niggas just hating on niggas diaspora? Like, is this really a Pan-Africanist society that we're trying to perpetrate, or do we really just have contempt for our fellow Black person because we're all trying to get into the closest proximity of whiteness? What is the real conversation we have in here?
That's a good.
And what are we supposed to feel after watching this?
That's a good question. I don't think it is no purpose of saying this. I think he don't know many Black Americans, so I don't think he will even be in a position to even say something like this. But, you know, listen, Africans like us. I mean, you got a lot of Black people in America that want Africans to like us. They made up Pan-African.
Yeah.
Black Americans made up Pan-African, bro. Africans didn't make up no Pan-African. Africans made up goddamn individualism. They even practice individualism in their own country, bro. That's why they ain't got shit over there. Motherfucker trying to get all they can get as an individual. Motherfucker ain't trying to really work as no group of Black people. They a white man. And all the money that niggas done gave to Africa, look how African got better. Maybe, but not really to the point where niggas want to go to chill for real, I guess.
Yeah, man. I just don't appreciate, honestly, I just really don't appreciate the comments. I don't find them to be informative or an example of how we are in the Black community, because I know my dad, and I don't have a Black friend that doesn't know their dad. Like, I really don't.
That's why I'm saying that probably
most like
the generation before us. Before us. That's like my dad generation.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's
I know my dad, and most of my friends knew their granddad. So like, I don't be, you know, but I don't understand.
That's the whole when they took the dad out the home.
Yeah, dad at the home thing. Yeah, I understand. I know
was around that time. But it's so old though. That's like
but you know, when we talk about how in foreign lands, how they perpetuate the stereotype of the negative Black American, and every place across the diaspora can say that if you see America, they'll give you like Black American, like they give you an image of Black Americans before you get over here. See what I'm saying? So when they come over here, they're already kind of like trained to be more apprehensive.
Yeah, but that's not all their fault. That's not all white people's fault. That's mostly our fault, because we don't celebrate we don't celebrate I would say the more, I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this. the more conservative part of the black community. We celebrate the ratchet. That's what we market to the world as the black community. We don't market ourselves as a community of like thinkers and spiritual people. That's not as a whole. We market ourselves as hip hop. That's the culture. So when we market that as the culture, that's what they reference us. And hip hop is pretty
Or
much
can I throw something back?
the degenerate
Or
culture.
can I argue that just because one of our biggest contributions is hip hop and music in general does not mean that is the totality of who we are. That's just the most profitable thing that they couldn't deny that had to be marketed because we are the face of music. Thus, at this point, that's undeniable. But outside of that, that's the only thing that they show of Black Americans is in their entertainment aspect.
But hip hop spans way beyond music, bro. You got to think hip hop.
But the lifestyle
your,
and culture, right?
Your clothes, your language, your talk, how you treat your women, what you think of your women.
But why is that being the singular thing promoted across the world of us when that is just one element of us?
Because
right?
even your conservative black people participate in hip hop culture. You don't have no black person saying, "Yo, I'm black, but I don't have nothing to do with hip hop culture." That black person is not marketed to the world.
Exactly.
The black person is saying, "I got a suit on, I went to Harvard, but I'm still hip hop." So they like, okay, even if a black person go to school and get his education, he still identify with that culture over there. So he's gonna still move with that culture. He got a PhD, but he gonna still drink Hennessy. You know what I mean? That's how they look at it, bro.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like the white people profit off of hip hop to the point where they couldn't deny selling it in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
But because hip hop is deemed as like the most low vibrational element of black people instead of an art form that it was truly used to be marketed as, because hip hop as an art form has reached a global peak where you see people in other countries not even speaking English but having freestyle back, like Polish freestyle, like, you know what I'm saying, on some like shit. Like that's happening. You see like the whole K-pop era and like the kids in in the East Asian countries like breakdancing and shit. Like Brazil, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop has transcended the world. The 5 elements still are strong. Graffiti, you know what I'm saying? Breaking, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? MCing, all that shit is still in hip hop. But the way what I'm talking about is just the things that are criminalized. It's not just hip hop. Hip hop is past that. But outside of that, the low vibrational element that they tag along with that, when other countries of blackness see us, they don't get to find out on their own. They don't get to objectively see what other black people are doing in America. They just get fed pretty much images that their country promotes, because over here we have a democracy and we have freedom of speech and information, so it's a lot easier for us to go on websites and find out. Well, it was back in the day, it's even harder now, but you can always find a more alternative, balanced side to any story versus being in other countries where there's censorships, dictatorships, certain laws in place, where the only search engine and news you're going to is government approved one. So you can't find any facts because it's all propaganda. You see what I'm saying?
And I will argue too that, hip hop spread across the globe when it was at its highest vibration. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Low vibration hip hop didn't spread across the globe. So we could have painted a good image to the rest of the world. But, you know what I mean? You got to think, bro, when Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all those people, like our representation in the media, bro, the world thought higher black people in America, bro. Back in those days, like we were like the moral standard for the world. Black people in America. Straight up to the point where people like Gandhi and all those
You guys
people.
still are. You guys still are. Yesterday's Grammys showed how the FBA population got, that was basically like a pat in the back. Salute to everybody. I actually just saw this picture of like Queen Latifah, Will Smith, and Flavor Flav back in '89. Back in '89, the Grammys were not even allowing hip hop or rap in the category. They didn't want to televise hip hop, So fast forward to now, that's like what, 33 years later, you see how much of an influence there has been. There's always this notion that like music comes from Jamaica, music comes from Africa beats, which it does. Africa provided the drums and all of those things. But a good example could be Burna Boy. What's the genre, Florida Boy J, of that music?
Afro beats.
Afrobeats. Burna Boy himself said that it wasn't that black people were influenced by Africa. Africans were influenced by by hip hop, by R&B, etc. And that's the reason why Burna Boy has created a whole genre that's now feeding a whole continent. Like obviously nowadays you start seeing rappers traveling to Ghana.
Real quick, let me say this. I think what Burna Boy, Wizkid, Tim's, and the assortment of Afrobeat artists have done is give the same type of musical effect and influence that like our first artists did, like the James Browns, the Temptations. When I say this, like these international artists, like from they hoods type shit, like from like we grew up with, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like the inspiration is gonna be so effective in their community that you're gonna see a lot more African artists, you know what I'm saying, and Caribbean artists like pop off and do their thing, and you know what I'm saying, and succeed because these are like their first international superstars. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what like I don't know. You seen the text that I was sending you when I was watching the Grammys yesterday? Because like hip hop has so many decades, and obviously they couldn't fit everybody in it, but at the same time, like it's beautiful to see because, for example, when I was like 18, I realized that jazz was black people's music, right? But
Right.
if you look at how America's conditioned, like you listen to jazz in an elevator, you listen to jazz in white spaces. So in my immigrant mind, I never knew about so many musicians that in reality
They demonized jazz music and it was only played for degenerates, and now they've cleaned it up to the point where you
and
only
even then,
associate it
and
with
even
affluent.
then, and even then, like let's say I'm a big advocate for the end of the war on drugs. Even then, they use marijuana.
They tied weed with jazz
They
music.
use marijuana to say that even men that look like that dress like me, because back then they were dressing like this, all suited up, and it was still not good enough. It wasn't that they were wearing a hoodie, they were not wearing a what is it called, a bandana or anything. They were actually looking eloquent, and it was still.
And most had like relaxers or some type of fucking conquer. You know what I'm saying? Some wavy shit.
Shout out to Harry Belafonte. When I met Harry Belafonte back then, I was in an interracial relationship, and he specified how like you gotta have a white ally. In this case, his wife. His wife back in the 70s. Hotels didn't allow black musicians to, even though you could perform in the arena, you could not stay at it, right? So Harry Belafonte back in the 70s, he bought a few properties in the west side of Harlem, and they were badly conditioned because apparently a lot of musicians used to laugh up. They were saying that they used to call Harry the worst landlord in New York City because the conditions were very, very bad. But at the same time, so much music started because of that basement. So much, like, he also provided the speakers for the I Have a Dream speech, So,
right.
It has a lot of connection. And I just feel like that's a good pat in the back because 50 years of an industry that I'm pretty sure is $1 trillion industry. So many people cook, so many people eat out of hip hop. That shout out to black people for that, from the Bronx too, because I grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah, man. And even watching that clip earlier with the Somalian guy. First of all, and Somalians have their own troll culture online, which is a thing in itself. And I really want to dig deep into like Somalian culture. It seems like Somalia is really like a wild ass place, to say the least.
They're going through a civil war right now. They actually created a new country called Somaliland, and Somaliland is not the UN called it a terrorist organization. So they about it. They about it for sure.
Yeah, more division on their end. That's what I'm saying. Black people always
and
somewhere to
just
divide.
to bring it up, I have a very connection to this because the Somalians, if you look at the Kia Boys in Minnesota, in which like they targeted like Kias and Hyundais.
Yeah.
I think the FBI is creating a profile for them. For now, it's nothing now, but I think they're starting to create a profile for that generation of immigrant kids that are now grown.
Yeah, man. Personally, like I said, that whole situation, with the pastor saying what he said about Somali and blacks, like I understand what J Doug was saying a little bit more when there has been a stereotype about black fathers not being in the home in America, but that still shouldn't be some type of message you're preaching to your organization of some type of process. What was that?
A little bit of
Okay.
David Banner, and what was this one? Yeah, I forgot which one was this one. But runs, but we out here.
Okay. Just keep
Yo,
it at that. Yeah.
I think about since you mentioned that, I think about Nipsey Hussle, because Nipsey Hussle means a lot to the West Coast, obviously. But when I think about Nipsey Hussle, I think about the son of immigrants. Like how he never kind of fit in wherever he's from, and even his death showed how like his family put so many things in him. He still had the father and mother, something that was not common in that part of the 60s in neighborhood Crips surrounding areas. So it just showed that a lot of envy came from there. That his father used to be Aki, that's what Nipsey Hussle is. The Aki, that used to work in the bodega. So, and then he eventually he became who he became. But there's a lot of jealousy when it comes to light-skinned men like him. Like I know a lot of Trinidadians in New York that they light-skinned and they got. I grew up with a beautiful mom. Motherfuckers hate on people like that just because they light-skinned, just because they got the swirly hair, just because girls like them, and their demise is mostly their attractiveness. Their
Like an other, just like how y'all are with y'all people, right?
In which way?
No, I'm just saying you're just speaking like Nipsey Hussle, like having a foreign parents, I guess, and kind of being in that situation, that environment, and you're saying Trinidadians in New York, like that.
Yeah, because
that dynamic, like that. Hold on, what I'm saying is y'all carry that dynamic over to America. That's something that's like rooted in your own homelands. Like it's a caste system back home, right?
But the problem that I have with black people is that you guys only accept us when we're on the top of the top. So, for example, a lot of people didn't know Nipsey Hussle was Eritrean until he died.
But did the Eritrean people claim him before he died? I don't see J Doug. Were they claiming? I don't remember anything about his Eritrean. Yeah, I thought he was just a regular nigga with some smooth hair. I ain't give a fuck.
Well, I didn't think he was a regular nigga because I know what an FBA looked like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
You looked at Mitch. I'm tired of that too. I'm like, yo.
All right, how about Pop Smoke? I know Pop Smoke when he was a little kid used to get bullied. Like Pop Smoke's mom was a teacher. Like he wasn't supposed to be a thug but at the same time, what I mean to say is black people first time, I got more cool with black people when I started smoking weed. Now that is wrong. You know why? Because let's say from I didn't smoke weed until I was 22, right? Why do I have to smoke weed for some, not everybody, I'm not saying you, I'm not saying all of y'all, but I'm just saying some people felt some type of trust out of me when I said, oh, you cool now because you're smoking bud. Now, it shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't have to cross the other side for you to accept me. And I think when it comes to the immigrant relationship with FBA, it becomes that. Like, I gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm trying to say?
Well, black people like to have a little dirt on you before they let you in like that.
Is that good though?
No, but I guess that's some plantation behavior, man. That's just what it is. A lot of stuff that we don't be considering normal because we know if we could smoke a blunt with you, we know what type of black person you are. You know what I mean? If you a non-smoking black person type of person, you are as a black person if you don't want to hit this blunt.
I mean, that's a good way to say it. But that's what it is. I don't think it was the black person. I don't think it was the fact you had to smoke weed for them to get closer to you. I think you had to smoke weed to put you in a different mindset to deal with black people.
I agree. I 100% agree. Shamari, right? I used to play baseball back in high school, and I remember baseball practice. We would take the train together. Everybody used to go to Shamari's spot. I never went to Shamari's spot. Nowadays, I think about like, yo, niggas was doing crazy shit in Shamari's house, but in my mindset, it was like, now they smoke over there, I can't go over there, and I used to have this notion of like they're bad, but again, I'm still
okay. So listen, so you was one of them niggas that sat on the front of the bus, like you couldn't like when the school bus came, the real you know school bus dynamics, the realest niggas got the seats in the back,
Now
you know.
You're thinking life as a suburb kid in the South that you get the privilege for the bus to pick you up. I'm in New York. By the time you're in 5th grade, they give you a Metro card, but you're taking the train. Like New York is a different lifestyle. I remember
This is what I'm saying. Fuck transportation. Let's talk about kid dynamics, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about kid dynamics. The niggas who was going over so-and-so house, those were like the cool niggas. Even though they were the bad at whatever, those was the niggas that was getting into shit. Like, yeah, they like you were scared to come over here. You were scared to hop off the porch and come hang out and sit over here with us. So from that perspective, coming from one of the niggas who's route out is like, okay, like, yeah, you smoking weed now with us at 22, but like, you know, like you could have been over here. Like, why was you scared before? And sometimes, like, I'm not gonna classify you as anything demeaning at all, right? But when you come from different places, or we've come from the same place, but we took different roads, and you was kind of scared to just come over and do the shit we've already doing. Like, you waited till you're 22 to do shit we was doing here, and like we doing it here together. So not you fucking like progressed in life, or you didn't smoke weed and end up where I'm at. We just both. I just do from the jump. That's why I started smoking early. But what I'm saying is this, that's fucking wild.
For me,
and I understand. No. The reason why I say that's wild because you said that you had to start smoking weed to get a close connection to black people. But I said
I didn't say I smoke weed because of black people.
Not because of that. But you ended up understanding them a little more.
I got more informed because look, just going back to what you asked before, the bus picked you up. Look, from 2nd grade to 5th grade, I went to school in Houston, Texas. 6th grade, I moved to New York, right? So let's say I'm part of the DARE program. I remember when DARE used to pull up and like,
okay, fuck all that. I know that. I know. Fuck DARE. What I'm asking you, I'm speeding all this up to get to this point because we don't have all day to go through the Advo life stories. Okay, this is like the 3rd one. This is what I'm saying because this is a dynamic of what you said, and this is what I'm trying to pinpoint on. When you smoke weed with black people and you started getting understanding, you feel like they let you in and they started telling you more things that necessarily, if you weren't in a dynamic of comfortability with these said people, you wouldn't have got out of. But chances are, if you never smoked weed and start these same conversations, you've got the same answer. Just weed was a catalyst to take you there at the same point in time. Right?
I would say like this. What I don't like about that argument is that you're putting coolness on something that has no coolness. Under 19, your brain is still not even developed. You have no business.
We're not saying that cool or not cool. I think that's a bad description. But I look at what he's saying is black people, FBA is not a monolith. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's a pothead smoking by nature. So those are the people he had to get in with to fit in. Is just because you black and you FBA, you can't just walk up on a certain FBA. If you don't do what that FBA do, if that FBA don't smoke weed, that FBA is not gonna have nothing to do with you, basically. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know. You saying that I'm pretty sure we all got certain friends who like.
We got certain friends that's friends, but they not finna be like, yo, you not finna hit that friend up, be like, yo, I want to have a good time. Let me hit up my friend that don't smoke weed so we can turn up. No. You know what I mean? But when you see him, it's cool, it's love, and he not gonna hit you up like, yo, I want to have a good time and eat. I'm gonna hit FBJ up because I know he gonna come smoke a blunt. He gonna be like, nah, FBJ gonna want to smoke. He gonna want to do it, turn up. I don't do that. I'm gonna hit up my friend that's lame. And you got so many FBAs that's like that. Like if FBA don't subscribe to your theory and your walk of life. That's one thing I
But let
learned
me ask you a
about
question.
Foundation
Can't
of
you?
American.
But you can be honest. There is a vast majority of other FBAs who don't smoke or drink and still have a good time, or don't smoke and maybe they do drink, but they're still chilling. They still have their own friend
That's a
groups that are
fact.
just
That's a
cool
fact.
niggas who
Yo,
don't smoke. Like
question.
smoking isn't like a
Yeah, they don't make it cool. That's why I'm
right. Yeah,
saying
yeah,
cool
yeah,
was
yeah.
a bad
No,
word.
when I said cool, it was because he was like, oh, some of the people that used to go over so and so's house after school, whatever, I was scared to go over there, but just turns out they were just smoking weed, probably doing a lot of like, dope shit that if I would did it at that age instead of waiting now, probably would have turned out a little bit different. The stuff that I was kind of afraid of was kind of cool now. And if I look back like, damn, they're doing that back then, I probably could have gotten to some wild shit like he initially said. That's why I referenced the cool, kind of, oh, so the things that maybe that you were that apprehensive about, you ended up trying and doing. And because you realized it wasn't the same thing as the perception you had, you realized you probably could have started doing it sooner when like niggas around your age started doing it, right?
But think about an African family. Mainly all of them do the same thing as a hobby, probably.
Yeah, salute to Mary Evans in here listening from Montana.
Florida boy Jay, I wanted to bring up. I see something that you
Montana in the building. I don't know what y'all area code is, but Montana's in the
Can
building.
you talk about what you mentioned about Jay-Z? Because I have the same feeling. Like, shout out to Jay-Z because that performance for God did, and whatever he did with the Grammys, top of the line. But I cut my dreadlocks when I saw Hova with locks because I feel like he tried to, like, I call it the gentrification of locks. Because all of a sudden, this billionaire wants to use dreadlocks. The same thing that people got fired for 1,000 times, got kicked off from the military. I think the Crown Act just passed 2 years ago, but literally you could get fired just for having the wrong hair,
right,
or having an afro. So right. I just when I saw Jay-Z with locks, the whole meaning went away from me. I was like, because I used to be Rastafari, like I'm a Rastafarian for like Flatbush, so like I was really into the whole Rastafarianism and all that. But again,
because you don't understand FBA culture.
Is that FBA though? I think that's intertwined.
FBA culture is get your, especially Jay-Z generation, is get your money first and then wear your hair how you want to. That's how they used to think back in those days. Nowadays, the young niggas have now like, yo, I'm doing whatever I want to do. Fuck racism.
But I'll say this though, word to 50 Cent, he was like, why are you like a 50-year-old trying to cosplay a gay painter?
Like a painter.
That's really what you going on. You think you Bosky out, nigga. You like my dad age, bro. You like 59. What you doing?
I respect it. I respect it because the way he did it. It's weave.
Yeah, the thing is, like, what I like about dreadlocks is I used to be a dreadlock journey on YouTube. So what I like about dreadlocks is a good way for a black man to start loving himself. Look at yourself in the mirror. You gotta, things like that.
The Soft Life of a Black Man, starring Avo.
Nah. I mean, look.
Okay,
if you had dreadlocks, you would look soft. Like, like FBJ without locks, I wouldn't believe half of the shit he says. But because he has locks, it gives you like he has a crown. Like, oh, this dude, he's consistent on something. At least it took 6 years for you to say, I'm not gonna get a haircut. That's consistency that somebody gotta respect no matter what. It could be a bum, it could be a Basquiat. It takes a lot, bro. You know how it is.
It's a sign of that he committed to something. That is a very astute perspective.
That's one of the non-FBA perspective.
No. I will say what he just said is probably one of the most pointed observations I've ever heard somebody say from looking at somebody with dreadlocks. That because your hair, the length and the style of your hair is showing in some form, fashion, or another that you have to this long that you care about. That is the only time I've ever heard that. And somebody from having dreads, that is a very pointed observation that you mainly will not hear. And people might not even realize that's something they like about you. So that's crazy.
I heard that before. When I first had dreads, somebody told me like, yo, bro, why you cut your hair? I'm like, I just cut it. You're like, oh, man, I really respected you, bro, for having your hair that long. I'm like, hair? that's a non-FBA perspective because you FBA, we don't look at you been growing your hair. Oh, you done achieved something. Now I see that you can be disciplined. Motherfucker FBA be like, man, you ain't got no money, you ain't achieve a damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
But then
You don't even
that's
fuck about how long
that's
your
the
hair is,
part.
how long
But
your
J
money
Dub,
is, nigga.
J Dub, but that's the part that I'm talking about.
Niggas said, how long is that paper, man? I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
man.
niggas are haters, bro. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, but one thing about niggas, I think niggas generally hate to motivate. And if you understand like how the culture of Black Americans is that it comes off as hate, but it's really disguised as love. Like people say the Apollo is the toughest crowd, but they really showing you love. Like when they booing you, they really just saying, hey, you suck. You go get better. But as like you're not gonna receive it as that. Like you're not gonna try as hard as if everybody just gave you fake love when you came off. They told you to get better. You're gonna still think you're good. But for the fact we're gonna boo you and shame you, you're gonna go hold on. For the fact we're gonna boo you and shame you, when you come back, you're gonna bring greatness. Like they booed if you look, they booed Lauryn Hill when she first came up there, and when she came back, yeah, either you gonna send me to oblivion or I'm gonna pop off. I think they booed it was either Neo or Bobby Valentino, one of them in their groups. Like Aaliyah lost that Star Search, Beyonce lost that Star Search. You know what I'm saying? So just because niggas hate or boo you doesn't mean they really hating on you. Like I say all the time, that's like you coming to your family cookout and your uncle like, oh, who you think you is? Oh, you think you fly, huh? Because you came up with a new outfit. Niggas ain't hating on you. They really saying you fly.
Only people that Black FBA like off top is people like
Niggas don't like them. Niggas laugh at them because they're in an unfortunate event. What I'm trying to say is this: like look. Now look no further. Now, Avo, look no further than the Star Report community section, right? I send in random pictures of me in the community section. Now I know 9 times out of 10 that are going to get roasted to oblivion because I understand FBA and Black culture so much that niggas is roasting, but they just showing love by actually commenting in the first place. You see what I'm saying? And even the joke is like a nigga stopping by, like in school, you got on a fight, and down here you got on something clean. Niggas might walk by and file from your whole fit, but he really showing love. It's hate, but he just showing love at the same time. It's a thin line between love and hate. We all know that. So when you decipher that, a lot of the times it's just a nigga showing love, but we gonna roast you. That's how we do it.
Nah, but you do look like you sell incense though. You look like you got a couple of incense and shit, like the Erica Badu incense and shit.
That's crazy. Hopefully I can get one of these instant hoes. But do we have any more topics before we write out? Because I want to read off community section roast before we dip too.
No mob ties talk. No mob ties talk. Take off this day.
Oh nah, hold on, nah. What you got something to say about the mob ties was popping off?
No mob ties talk. Free Columbia mob ties. New Houston, Texas. That man didn't do nothing. I think Quavo should go on Dr. Phil and talk about his gambling addiction and how gambling leads to the death of family members because gambling.
He said addiction leads to the death of family members. Is
this is a form for addiction.
Hold on, keep going, Avo. You got the mic.
If you're one of those DraftKings frequent viewers that LeBron needed to give you 20 points and then it gave you 19, guess what? Takeoff was chilling, just looking at a gambling transaction. The last word that he heard was, oh, somebody gotta get hurt. Words from his mouth. You live by the tongue, you die by the tongue. Words from Quavo's mouth. I didn't hear none of the mob ties saying anything about, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. You also are in rest in peace to Trayvon Martin. He was supposed to be 28 yesterday, but that's a stay your ground state.
Yeah.
We're not talking New York. We're not talking like y'all be like, oh, he pulled a gun. He pulled a gun. You're not in New York, bro. He could pull a gun in Texas. He could have the gun right here. You're in Texas.
Hey, yo, Tay said you like a fake substitute teacher. Yo, did you come on here with your tie backwards?
With my what?
You had like a backwards tie on when you first pulled up. I guess you took it off. I didn't know what you got going on.
I just
what you been doing? What you been doing today, man? What you got going on? You got a whole bunch of keys.
I had a linear.
Man.
I'm just not following the narrative of bro.
Hey, that's cool.
If all this fake love for Takeoff gotta stop. All this fake love for Takeoff gotta stop.
All right,
and
listen.
I'm the only person that gave Takeoff.
All this fake love for mob ties gotta stop.
Yeah, what Mob Ties ever did for you, nigga? What they did, give you a wedgie back in Houston. Now you over here repping the set. You got a Mob Ties wedgie. Now you out here backtracking, sidestepping, shucking and jiving. You ain't even see no hat. You ain't even see no Mob Ties hat. You over here repping Mob Ties, man. What's you got going on?
They didn't give you permission to get your own hat, man.
You ain't got no Mob Ties necklace or nothing. You ain't got a Mob Ties bracelet.
May I talk? All I have to say is this. At the end of the day, you gotta understand the jurisdictions of the place that you're in. And all these people showing the fake love to Takeoff when I have a video of when Takeoff came in for the Grammys in New York. I gave a shout out to Takeoff. Takeoff says, I was like, we love you. I show love to Takeoff. So what I hate is all these people that used to make fun of Takeoff because he was not in Bad and Bougie. All these people that never, all this fake ass love for nothing. Like, you gotta understand, even the Beatles lost a freaking member. John Lennon died. At the end of the day, Takeoff got the connection with Cardi. Quavo is the front man. Quavo is technically the John Lennon of the group. So we out here crying because Ringo died. Shout out to Ringo, but John Lennon is John Lennon. So I give it back to you, Florida.
Hey, that is a
terrible comparison.
No, that's wild, but that is wild.
Who's the John Lennon of the Niggles?
You know why I didn't stop? You know why I didn't stop you? Because this is what you want to say, and I don't come on here and try to censor people's perspectives on the situation.
Are equal, bro.
Nah, let's keep it a buck. Niggas was definitely like who's listening to Takeoff. It was a certain narrative that let's stop playing these games. Let's stop acting like we're gonna forget what niggas was saying before he passed away. So I will give Avo some bail on that point, where I'm not saying that was the main narrative, but there was a segment out there that didn't.
I would use that in court.
That didn't appreciate and give Takeoff his flowers while he was here.
I did. Remember that video that I had in my Instagram? I literally
calling him Gringo is crazy because nobody even knew the fuck Gringo was. That was really John Lennon, Paul McCartney. It was really them two. Them other bums were just motherfuckers along for the ride.
I think Offset is the Paul McCartney because Offset got well. Damn, you could call Offset the John Lennon too because he has a girl. But Cardi's no Yoko Ono. Fuck no. So yeah, I think Quavo is John Lennon and freaking Sweetie is Yoko Ono, like a weird bitch that eats weird food and shit. Like, he has a gambling addiction. Simple as that.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you ride off because I'm gonna do this top community section roast, and I want to just do this by myself.
I'll stay in the background.
No, I'm just signing because after this I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna end the show. So I'm just saying I'm gonna holler.
You went through all the topics, bro?
Yeah, you came late. Like, what time? You thought the show just started? You see, we've been live for 2 hours.
You on the Instagram and you don't respond because like I
lost my phone today.
I was in Beverly Hills when you called me. I had to drive all the way to downtown. So
listen, last night.
It's not like Florida. If I gotta make a move, it takes a whole hour in traffic. So this is crazy.
Last night, right? Last night, I lost my phone.
Me too, bro.
And I had to go get it like 2-something this afternoon. And when I got it, I immediately had to get on and start creating content. I had that many missed calls and just back. But literally, I lost my phone last night.
I left my Android at a rental.
So it's all good. But listen, I'm a holler. Listen, we usually start at 9. We start around like 9 o'clock, 9:30 anyways. So, that's the usual time we start. We ran through all the topics. We're just really 2 hours and 30 minutes into the show. So yeah, we definitely sped through everything. So you kind of called in last minute, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? We still had a conversation. Next time, like I said, we're gonna be live Thursday night.
Do you think Kendrick Lamar deserved that award over Pusha T?
Album of the Year, I enjoyed Pusha T's, to be honest and objective. I enjoyed Pusha T's album just as much as Kendrick's. I just wanted Pusha T to get it because he hasn't gotten one yet. But I'm not mad at him winning best rap song and rap performance for the Heart 5. But for album of the year, I feel like if you're spreading awards around, you could at least gave that to somebody else.
What's your opinion on Adele being like very Black History Month in that table? You know, it was like for example, it was segregation because the Grammys is a segregation meeting. You know,
Yeah, all the niggas was in proximity enough to be.
But Adele is not no Kesha. Adele is not no, you know, she is Adele. You know, like she's some British, she's high end white.
Yeah, but listen, I'm sure that everybody were pre-approved of the tables they were going to be at and who was going to be at certain tables, right?
Well, can I ask you a question? What's your opinion on Trevor Noah disrespecting Rich Paul as a black man on Black History Month? I think that was some sucker shit that you should call out.
Tell me how he disrespect. Tell me how he disrespect. I didn't catch that. What did he do?
Bro, I'm with my girl, right? I'm with my girl. Here you come. You don't even acknowledge that I'm here. I'm Rich Paul. I control men for a living. That's my job. I'm not just some pawn. I got Ben Simmons contract. I got, you know. Here you come in. Don't even acknowledge me. Say, hey, Adele, you have a crush on The Rock. And then she brings The Rock, like The Rock is like some puppet. Like that's The Rock. That's Dwayne Johnson. That's a hero of mine. And you gotta come. Like for me, I didn't want to see The Rock for a fucking punchline. That was first of all a terrible joke. And then I think you should call that color because he's from South Africa. And then like you understand, like it's that cookie cutter black guy. Like that's what
the reason why. Listen, the reason why I'm not gonna call it out. Because I'm not gonna cape for another nigga when his bitch is out of pocket. That ain't P to do. See, that's another FBA. But what I'm saying, as an FBA brother, right? As in understanding this game, in this good game, you don't get in front of a nigga who can't handle his bitch getting out of pocket or getting like if Rich Paul didn't want to keep it real in that moment and pull a Will Smith or something, then he was going to do what he was going to do. And he's rather sit there because what he had to understand with dating Adele is that I'm dating Adele. Whatever I am going to be irrelevant to her in certain spaces, into most spaces, because I'm dating Adele. If I am secure enough with that, then I'm going to understand that it's going to be moments where I may be blatantly disrespected, but there's not disrespect out of me personally with my relationship. Is just the fact that she is so big, I may be forgotten in her equation. And as a man dating a woman of prominence, you have to understand that it's going to be times where she's going to get the clout and niggas going to act like you're not there. And if you're secure and you're hold on, about let me play. And if you're secure enough in not only your relationship but your status in your own career and success, you have no problem with taking a back seat like Jay-Z does with Beyonce in certain aspects, what ASAP does with Rihanna in certain aspects, where my girl is the light of the room and I'm just here to make sure nobody steps on her dress because I'm her biggest fan. Nothing wrong with that.
Who's winning the Super Bowl?
I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles.
You betting against a light-skinned man?
It's two light-skinned niggas. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but one of them is like a pretentious black guy, and I don't think white people are gonna like that.
Who? Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, he's elegant. Like he looks like Denzel when he was young, like light-skinned Denzel looking.
Man, listen, Jalen Hurts is an upstanding black American, has a black wife.
A little sassy though.
He has a black wife, checkbox. His whole team, agent, manager, publicist is a team full of women that I'm pretty sure are connected to his wife's organization. His wife runs all that. He is surrounded by women who run his media campaigns, his Instagram, social media, all that stuff. Jalen Hurts is a national champion, Heisman finalist, won at two prominent colleges at Alabama and Oklahoma, playing for the Philadelphia Eagles, leading them to one of the best records in league history and franchise history. Jalen Hurts is an exemplary example example of a black man in America today, and he should be celebrated.
I believe they're gonna Cam Newton him. I believe they're gonna Cam Newton him.
They're gonna they already gave him
Cam
enough
Newton
weapons.
was there. Cam Newton was at the promised land. He
The
was
difference
at the Super
between
Bowl.
him and Cam Newton is the fact that Cam Newton's organization did the same thing for Michael. No. Let me say this because we gotta wrap up the show. What Cam Newton went through is the same thing Michael Vick went through, and the same thing Lamar Jackson is going through. No, Lamar Jackson is going through. When you have a dominant, transcending running quarterback that can also throw the ball, they give him as least weapons as possible. Michael Vick in his time in Atlanta did not give him a premium receiver, and he had a tight end like Algie Crumpler throw to and handed off the work done. You look at Cam Newton. He had Steve Smith for a few years. They traded him away, and they gave him Greg Olsen and a dropping ball ass nigga like Tay again, and made him force to hand the ball off to Jonathan Stewart. He had no passing game. You look at Lamar Jackson right now. They gave him the same thing they gave Michael Vick and Cam Newton. Same thing with Algie Crumpler and Greg Olsen. You give him Mark Andrews, a singular tight end with underperforming vertical weapons, and a running back who always changes out every other year, and you don't give them weapons and you make them fight for themselves versus a Jalen Hurts who comes in a situation that, just like Donovan McNabb and them, Donovan McNabb came in a situation where all he had was Todd Pinkston, James Thrash, and Freddie Mitchell, and maybe Deuce Staley and Brian Westbrook, and he didn't have the receiver combination outside of those 13 games. Terrell Owens that can make him a legitimate contender for a Super Bowl. He had 1 year of that. And by the time weapons were developed in the Eagles system with Deshaun Jackson, LaShawn McCoy, and Jeremy Maclin, he was already out for Michael Vick. So he never had that type of opportunity. So my final points on that is that when it comes to Jalen Hurts, giving him an A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, the tight end Goddard, the offense, defense, they actually put a team and the weapons around him for him to be in the position he's at right now, which is totally different from them. And the salary cap also dictates that rookie contracts. And with that said, Avo, I'm gonna holler at you because I gotta end the show and get to this community.
You sound like a guy from the Star Report. There's a guy that sounds just like you at the Star Report. Like, salutes.
Yeah, it's me, man. I'm gonna holler at you, man. Have a safe night. All right. Get this goddamn water. Shit. Here we have the Star Report community section where I do promote my podcast and exploit my past and present pictures for views and ridicule. Here we do the shameless plug. Here I am giving you context of this picture. This is it's funny. This is probably the exact same time right now in 2016. So this is about 7 years ago, almost to the date, right? This is me standing next to my second car, 370 base model Z, about 22 here. You see the fire red 5s, joggers, cool little shirt I got from Paxson or something. Nice little chain. You see my hair. This is probably a month before I twisted my hair and had the locks that I have now. But here, young 22, 23-year-old. Nice picture, right? You would think. Here go the roast and community section. Salute to the Star community section. The roast. I told him, bring the hate. Comment, good to see Macy Gray doing well. Will Clinton, salute that shit. That shit was funny when I first read it. Hey mom, the cool kids said I can roll them today. They don't care if I'm gay anymore. FBJ, that shit was funny. Zesty ass point and squinty eyes is hilarious. FBJ looking zesty as zesty as ever. Salute Queen. I know FBJ's father in Jacksonville. He came from a good household. I'm sure he's a good guy. You don't know my father. Cut the cap. FBJ can't even afford a passport. Bussy boy J. That car has to go back at 3 p.m. Wow, 9 picks later, he finally looks like a real nigga. Are those grails he's wearing? I'd say no. Headed to the Who I Smoke video shoot, practicing his finger gunshots. Pew pew. FBJ with the DH gate haul. Fuckboy certification full effect. Only thing missing is Supreme hover band with the matching man purse. FBJ doesn't have a passport. These dudes are too young to be living life. FBJ pulled up and caught his boyfriend's side bussy just leaving. He cut his locks off. Somebody on the run. Somebody looked like they come from a household with a bonnet, nightgown, and some slippers. Talking about y'all leave my child alone. That 370 is a base model with the laughing emoji. Y'all niggas gonna hate on any. They don't listen. These are the same people who hate that is a Nismo. That my new car is. It don't fucking matter. Salute FBJ. Move over. LOL. Florida got no dress up game. He needs to shop at NYC. Hey, salute, man. You know, I appreciate that. Border Florida. Hey, with the 01 LS background, yo, motor like a Mazda 626. Border floor. Hey is crazy as fuck, bro. First day out the group home swag. That is first day out the group home swag is crazy. That is one way to point. Bow-legged boy. He's saying freeze, hands off the bussy, sir. This nigga swear he can dress. Hey girl purr, oh no. FBJ joke. Glad bro cut them skinny ass dreads off. Nope, still got him. Pass. FBJ's always posing next to some cars that he don't even own on some sucker shit. Favorite comments. I'm no black, I'm Dominican looking ass. FBJ repping for single mothers and Nissans. Only here for the comment per gay FB gay. So salute to the Star Report community section, man. I told you guys, come in there, give me some hate. Somebody said, young, old, lame nigga brought my 17-year-old son that car last year out of high school. Get your weight up, nigga. Hate. I salute, bro. Salute to that, man. Hey, oh shit. Zach Lee in the building, man. What time is it? What's popping, man? Listen, before you go, I have to submit myself to the YouTube partnership program, so I cannot have any type of BUSSY words being used. I can't have anything of that nature being used. So if you are going to give any types of comments, please make them light, because I don't want to have to edit and crop certain things out, because I'm about to submit myself to the YouTube partnership program, and that's how we're going to make money monetize. So please, if you have anything to say, don't go off the rails and use certain language. Is that cool? Can we agree upon that? You know, I'm gonna let you speak. I just, you know, I don't want to, you know.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. But you know, don't tell that to me. Tell that to them lames that try to go at it with me. They the ones that be typing that shit. I don't have to type it. I don't have to say it. I don't have to do none of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But I just want to salute you, salute J Doug, salute to my nigga Tay Too Fast in the comments and shit. I just want to call in and let you know to tell your slave, aka your moderator, stop timing your supporters and people that send you cash apps and shit in the hate room or in the chat room, because she don't like what they saying. It's not your show, fat face.
Hold on. Nah, hold on. Listen, nah. Listen, we cannot talk about anybody, especially anybody that's a moderator on my platform. That's one thing we're not going to do. If you have an issue with that, you hit me on the back end, but we're not going to attack the people who assist me with making this show happen, because that sets a bad precedent. If you have an issue with them, we can have a conversation and we can come to some resolution. But we're not going to get up on here and use them as a target of disrespect, because at the end of the day, they fuck with me because I make sure that this is a good space for them to interact and just have a good vibe. If I don't provide that to them, then there's no reason for them to rock with me. Nobody's my slave. The same things that they do for my platform, I do for theirs. Like, it's not a one-way street. Like, we help each other out in whatever facet. So I just don't need any type of disrespect comments or any type of hate directed, especially to anybody who contributes to my platform with a wrench or a moderator badge. You know, you couldn't get away with that on the Star Report. You know, you couldn't go out and moderate over there. Don't go, you know, come on, Zach Lee. Don't, you know, if I'm gonna let you in the home, don't put your feet on the couch. You know what I'm saying, bro? Moderators just moderate. Just let me know, man. So I'm gonna give you one more chance to speak before I wrap this show up.
Send you cash apps and super chats and all that. They shouldn't be trying to time us out in the chat room, because they don't like what we saying, or they don't like what we typing.
Exactly.
And she can't say, come get this. Look, wait. Let me say this before you say that, my nigga. Look, let me say this. She can't say, get the smoke and then time me. But listen, that don't work like that, my nigga. If she asking me to come get the smoke, then allow me to type whatever I'm gonna type. Don't time.
Okay, but listen, this is what I'm saying. This is why I mute you. You hit me up on the back channel for this type of conversation. Like, you don't give smoke to my people in the chat or my moderators. If it's a problem with that, then I'll talk to them and we'll come to some resolution. But to come on the platform and try to have that type of conversation right now isn't conducive for what I'm trying to do or the experience the people who are trying to have. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come
Florida
at
boy Jay, I get you, my nigga, and you
so
know it
just
ain't no,
so,
it ain't
so
never
out of
no
respect, so
disrespect
listen,
with you.
so out of respect for me, you know, just don't come at my moderators, man.
No, I did, my nigga, I did it, and that's over. I just came on here to do that, but that's it though. It's
we'll
over
have
with. What I'm saying is, I'm typing in the chat room, and I'm not typing nothing towards her. So she shouldn't even be coming at me with nothing.
Bro, hold on. Listen. I'm gonna holler at you on the back end, but I guess you don't understand, but we're not going to address any of my moderators, regardless of how you feel. That's not happening. I just can't have that. Like, these are my people. I rock with them, they rock with me. They're the reason why I'm still here, able to, do my podcast and be able to provide this platform. So if there's an issue you have enough access to contact me and have that conversation. I'd rather you take that approach than actually come online and try to have that conversation in public. But regardless, this has been Perspectives and Facts Podcast, episode 55. This was a great episode. We got through a lot of topics. The last couple episodes we've been focused on one singular topic. So this is awesome. We actually got to get on other things and build on those types of conversations. So like button, subscribe, salute, share, cash out, $, Florida Boy J. This was Perspectives and Facts, episode 55. You guys have a great night. Salute. This was awesome, man. This was awesome. This is another dope episode. Great show. We had a lot of people tuning in, man. Be back Thursday, maybe even Wednesday.
Oh man, that sun feel good on me. All I really wanna do is smoke with the homies. Yeah. That sun feel good on me. Oh man, that floating sun show feel good on me. All I really wanna do is smoke with the homies, but